I switched the wrong sound on. So they missed that introduction.
They could hear us, but not you.
Yeah.
I guess.
So, yes. Let me repeat myself already. Welcome to Keeb's amazing voice. I've asked the crew to ask me to repeat anything they can't hear. If you guys in chat are having difficulty hearing me, which you've already let me know once, do let me know again. I don't know if it's a level up or a level down at this point.
Multi-classing.
Yeah,
We'll see how long it lasts. Yeah. So yes, welcome to episode 5. So last time we had our Christmas special, and as a result, a few interesting things have happened. While you were waiting around at Harena 4 for the mercenaries to return, the grateful inhabitants of Thanksgiving fixed your holodeck for you. You now have a working holodeck on board.
I mean, install the holodeck for us.
And morale can only improve.
Indeed.
Morale, yes. Productivity, not so much.
Crew safety.
So,
how
What are you
fixed?
talking about? There are no documented instances of holodecks causing safety incidents.
absolutely. There have
That'd be
been
a
no
lot to
reports
report,
of
right?
your holodeck having a sub-ocean.
Not yet.
No one's come back to report one.
But yes, the mercenaries never returned to Harena, though. I guess having a starship on site, on guard, has kept them away. So you've headed back to Starbase 12. But before you left, the people of Thanksgiving, they did mention that before all the problems started, that shortly before that, Vulcan had joined their colony. However, he disappeared shortly before they actually got to their present-making stuff. And they gave you a few photos of him from colony archives. And he has been identified by Starfleet Intelligence as a Romulan mercenary rather than a Vulcan, by the name of Drupal. And so, Captain Yenko and your second in command, who today is in fact Lieutenant Commander Reginald, because Commander Jenkins has been sent away for sensitivity training. He was dealing with
Where they
some...
poke him with something sharp in sensitive places.
It depends. I believe Reynolds was the one who scheduled it. It seems he was attempting to deal with some staffing issues that certain crew members felt they couldn't discuss with the counsellor. And instead of actually assisting and dealing with those issues, he labelled and numbered their Earth comic collection. And so he's been sent for some sensitivity training and
Took them out the sleeves, read them, licked.
yeah, and how to actually correctly deal with crew members' issues.
Yeah.
There may
this
also
seems
be some
appropriate.
later training to how to deal with their comic book collections as well.
Whether or not you learn something, that's up to him.
We'll see when he gets back.
So yes, Captain Yenko and Petra, you have been summoned to Admiral Rollins' office to meet with Captain Highwater from Starfleet Intelligence.
Oh no.
Okay.
You all have visibility of Captain Highwater's character sheet.
Let's have a look.
I do believe you will particularly enjoy Captain Highwater.
What's Captain Highwater's first name, Keeb?
That would be Helen.
Okay.
And before you ask, she is completely unaware of the joke surrounding her name and has somehow made it through her entire Starfleet career unaware of this fact.
Is she related to Dr. Reddy by any chance? I'm just
It's not been
throwing that
proven.
out there.
She was a deliberate plant for Nav and Jenkins to just have fun with.
Well, we'll have to
however,
make
Nav has had to pull out, so you're left with just going, sighing and face palming.
We'll have to pick up the slack. It's fine.
So yes, Captain Highwater, meets you there. And
Okay.
with Admiral Rollins and Captain Highwater is Sub-Commander Solius from the Tel Shiar, played by Uno, who we have
Hey.
joining us today. So
Hey.
took us a little while to get to that point, but yes, welcome everybody to Rebellious Uno, playing Sub-Commander Solius.
It's the role he was born to play.
Yes. Unfortunately, you can't see my ears.
I did, before Uno supplied me with a character picture, I almost put out the call on Twitter for somebody to Photoshop a Romulan hairdo and ears onto Uno.
Nice. Okay.
So yes, Captain Highwater greets you.
Greetings.
As you may have noticed, she's played by Gwendolyn Christie, so she is quite a tall, imposing woman.
Okay.
But she seems quite warm, quite kind. She greets you with a handshake. Actually says the famous Captain Yenko. I've heard much about your exploits recently.
Thank you. I appreciate that my reputation precedes me. Do you know what the purpose of this meeting is?
She says, yes, you've been instrumental in uncovering a smuggling plot, sending weapons across the neutral zone to the Romulan Empire. My counterpart from the Tel Shiar, Sub-Commander Solius, has requested that we assist him on an important mission. I felt that the right crew for the job would be the ones who uncovered this plot in the first place. And so, despite Admiral Rollins' protestations, I've asked you guys to come here, believing you are the best men for the job. And women, of course.
You did read the whole report, right?
She says that it seems some sections were redacted. I'm surprised. I have one of the highest security clearances in Starfleet, but large portions were just replaced with utter nonsense. I can only assume you've been on some very important high-level missions.
Yes. Okay. Let's go with that explanation. So, what assistance do the Romulans seek from us?
I'll hand you over to Sub-Commander Solius to explain.
Yes. So, your reputation does indeed precede you. Interesting as it may be. I believe you've recently uncovered information about a mercenary Drupal. Yes?
Yes, they were attempting to utilize an rather interesting form of production and distribution.
Yes, well, this Drupal has been a thorn in both our sides, and we felt that it was only right that an up-and-coming team as yourself should be the one to assist. But as we've tracked into a base within the neutral zone, it is only right that you have a Romulan observer aboard to deal with any incidences that could occur from a Federation vessel inside the neutral zone.
I see. So, this is where my knowledge of Star Trek being somewhat spotty is not very helpful. What is the current status of diplomatic status with Romulans? And...
So technically, you are tentative allies. You
right.
recruit thanks to his actions of Captain Sisko.
Yeah.
The Romulans were brought on side to help fight the Dominion and get them out of the Alpha Quadrant.
Yeah.
So you've been sharing information slowly.
Yes. Okay.
But the neutral zone is still very much in place, and normally a breach of the neutral zone by either side would be met with force. The fact that you're being given permission by both sides to enter the neutral zone shows the severity of the situation here.
Yep. Okay. Excellent. So, yes, we would welcome a Romulan presence on this mission.
You don't have to welcome it, you just have to accept it. And you don't have to accept it because it's happening anyway.
I see. I'm sure
Will
that.
go well.
Well, needless as it may be, we will welcome you on board, and I'm sure the crew will give you a pleasant reception.
Excellent.
Captain
We depart
Highwater.
very soon, I hope.
Yes, Captain Highwater says, I will of course be joining you as well for this mission. I've been looking forward to seeing your crew in the field, and looking forward to an opportunity to work with my Romulan counterparts actively. We've been talking for some time since the start of the war. It's been a little unusual. We were very much operating against each other for several years, and suddenly we find ourselves working together. It's a fascinating opportunity.
Yes, I'm sure the experience can only be revelatory.
Looks like Lieutenant Jones has rolled in late for her shift.
Well, she's not in the
Fox,
scene.
you
so.
might need to do the same thing the rest of us did, which is remember to switch back to broadcasting video and voice.
Or just voice, or whatever you want to broadcast,
Yes.
because we had it set to nothing from last time.
Main screen on.
Yes.
Main screen turn on.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, Captain Highwater says. So yes, we'll be beaming back to your ship, and then if you could get us underway to Boros 4.
Of course.
Is there a garrison at Boros 4? I'm just going to get that out of there right now.
You could possibly describe it as a garrison.
Is there a gate
There are other people, other than
there's
people called Gary there.
some guilds maybe? I'm just putting it out there.
Petra, 3 to beam up.
The Petra's there with you.
Oh, right, sorry, yes. Boop. Okay, who would I be requesting beam up
Just
from?
transporter room.
Yeah, transporter room 4 to beam. Let's
Yeah.
not leave anyone behind then.
And you
This
you
is
beamed
the point
aboard
of
the
we're getting
Franklin.
guests come hell or high water.
Yeah.
Uno, as you and Captain Highwater materialise, you're both mysteriously holding a cocktail in your hands. It's got a fancy little pink umbrella, a little wedge of lime on the side.
That's not me.
Are
No,
all
it's
your
not. It's me.
are all your Federation ships filled with such frivolities? Solo says to Highwater.
She's looking at the one in her hand and is like, not normally, no. It appears the Franklin is a very special case.
Yeah.
It's better
The
than when the
Franklin
tea appeared
is
without
an
a cup.
unusual ship. As you
And
will
she
no doubt
takes a
discover
sip though.
for
And she
yourself.
says, "It is a very good mojito though. I do recommend it."
At this
That
point,
was me, by the way.
Vernon will just pokes his head out of Jeffrey's ship. Ah, good, it's working. Perfect. Mojito, yes, good. It's not pulling from waste extraction anymore. Great. Welcome to the Franklin, everybody. I assume you're our new guests.
You would be Lieutenant Commander Lloyd. Then.
Yes, that's right. Chief engineer at your service. Sticks out his hand.
Yes. He will look at it
Puts the
in
hand
that typical Romulan sternness of, "What the hell do you think you're doing?"
Yeah, and then just awkwardly
Admittedly, that reaction is not unusual for Lloyd.
yeah. He's used to it.
Captain, would you care to get your ship underway?
Yes, let's proceed to the bridge. And then, order us to make way to Boron 4. Boros 4.
Yeah.
Boron 4 is a very different planet.
Yes.
You don't want to get them mixed up.
Boron 4 would be a weird planet.
It's also much less interestingly named, and
Fine.
that's not yet a pool of names that I have started stealing from.
Boron 4, the dull planet.
So, when they actually get to the bridge, I'm going to. Can I activate my not the Powell you're looking for ability for Helen in the fact that she has met other Powells before?
Yes, yes. Which is, let me just remind myself of that.
Which basically, it's the. I just get a complication of to the effect that they're familiar with another one of me, but not me personally, and I get a PP and for that
Yes.
and a complication.
Yes, and you don't get 2 because Uno's not a GMC. You just get it for Highwater.
Yeah, Highwater. That is the person I was referring to.
Yeah. I was just double checking on the wording on it.
Yeah.
All right.
Meanwhile, all we see is just Lieutenant Jones's legs kicking out of a Jeffries tube entrance off in some corner.
Maybe she's under the console trying to wire it back together, get the controls working again.
Yeah. We will try. Keep trying. All right.
She hasn't got to make any rolls for starting, so you can just order her to get underway.
Yeah.
So you arrive on the bridge. Captain Highwater does a double take at the side of Powell, and then just sort of straightens up and assumes she's mistaken you for somebody else.
More
Keeb, is there a traditional way to greet a Romulan?
Not that you're aware of.
Okay.
Sup?
And
A hearty nod.
then I just
Fist
greet
bump.
both of them as they arrive. Offer the handshake to both of them.
Ah. Yeah.
Captain Highwater looks slightly disappointed that you're still not in your regulation uniform.
It's the thing with
I
counselors.
can't do it until season 2.
I know.
Says who? Says who, Jack? That's you. That's on you.
That's totally on me.
Well, at least you admit it.
Yes.
All right, now we know who to blame. So, all right.
This guy. Always this guy.
And you do notice, though, that Captain Highwater does sort of stare slightly too long at Victor, who is back at his post at the weapons station.
Oh well.
Keep plot point.
Oh yes, sorry, I was halfway through
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
that, wasn't I?
Just wanted to
There
make
you go.
sure. Did not get lost in the shuffle. That's all.
So there's your plot point. Have you tried just killing Roll20 and logging back in again? Switch it off, switch it on again type things.
Yeah, or close your browser window, shut it all down. All right. Sometimes Roll20 doesn't cooperate.
Yeah.
Sometimes just kill Chrome.
Yeah.
Yeah, kill Chrome completely from your background processes. If it crashed first time, the
Yeah.
voice plugin might have crashed.
Yeah. We can but try.
Yeah.
Turn it off, turn it on again. It usually works. I tried that with my voice, but
Except for the
Yeah.
time when the whole thing was broken.
That wasn't. Yeah, that wasn't our fault.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
that.
that was not our fault.
Yeah.
All right.
So yes, Uno, you see the bridge of the starship. It's round the edges. It's a little rough, a little old-looking. The metal looks worn, tarnished. but the consoles the crew are working at are all quite new. The chairs, however, are all still quite old, and you notice the captain's one has got a well-worn butt groove in it.
Well, it certainly
Was anybody
seems,
sat in the
tight.
captain's chair? With people off, was Reynolds taking the opportunity to lounge in the captain's chair, or?
No,
Or Jenkins.
I'm still not sure.
If Jenkins was there, I'm sure he was, but he's off
Yes,
being
he's off the
sensitivity trained.
sensitivity training.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so you notice that Jenkins isn't there, but the rest of the crew is. So you recognise Powell, and obviously Jones is there at the helm.
Okay, so I mean,
Your other option, Fox, would be to try a different browser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on. All right.
let's make way to Boros.
To Boros far.
Yeah,
I will.
You notice
for that one.
Jones types in the course, presses a button, nothing happens, so she thumps the console, and then the ship engages into warp.
Yep.
Just a bit like, oh, okay, off we go.
There's a slight flicker of, oh
Punch
god,
it,
what
you.
have I got myself into? Before it gets quashed.
So,
Sorry, this ship has some technical problems.
Speaking of which,
Massive maintenance is required.
Solius and Highwater, here is the list of additional safety precautions you should be aware of on this ship. I hand them the data,
yes.
like the error memory full
Yeah.
warning going on.
Highwater goes quite pale at the list of stuff, and she's like,
Don't
They
worry,
allow you to-
We'll see you through this, Helen.
That's my thought too.
I'm sure everything will be fine. And she hands you the datapad back.
slowly realizing
Just stick with the areas that we have that we've cleared, and everything will be fine. We're not hiding anything.
So, how long can we expect
Let me know.
to take to get to Boros for in
Um,
this vessel?
it'll take you about 6 hours.
Okay.
Starbase 12 is really going to be close to the neutral zone.
All right.
I'm maintaining active sensor sweeps.
Yeah. Oh, in the 6 that reminds me. I have something for Councillor Reynolds. Now, at the what you didn't see before the show started was that Vernon appeared in engineering out of a portal and thumped onto the floor in an old duster that seemed to be covered in a bunch of stuff. You remember at the end of the last episode, Vernon left through
In the non-cannon Stinger, yeah.
the non-canon stinger. And so, whether or not this is canon or not, but Vernon has acquired a bottle of blue liquid that says on the side Corellian Ale. And says, "Here you go. Oh, I found something for you. I think you'll like it." Go. I'm not sure what it's like, but it seemed in your wheelhouse. There you go.
This bears further testing.
There we go.
Well, science.
Yes, for science.
Had to get that in there.
So, the counselor retreats to her office.
Pour a few out.
So yes, you do have a small briefing room available just behind the bridge. So, if you want to get a briefing,
I heard that.
Yeah, there was some noise there.
Yeah.
Oh, briefing room. I thought you said breathing room.
Yeah, I was.
Wait,
Briefing room.
Is it behind
Briefing
the bridge?
room.
hear me now?
Because
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we heard you.
Great success.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Success.
So yeah,
You know what? Have a plot
Let's-
point.
Plot point for successfully getting your mic working.
Plot point for getting in here.
okay. So let's go to the briefing room so that Helen and Solius can brief us on the garrison, or not on the garrison, on the mercenary. What was it, mercenary base and
Yes.
the plan, the mercenary presence, and
Yes.
the plan for this mission. Is
no,
there
okay.
anyone they would recommend we bring with us to
Before
this
we-
briefing?
Actually, quick thing, Keep. Are you sure is the briefing room behind the bridge? Because I thought we had an airlock at the back of the bridge.
It's right basically beside the briefing room.
Briefing room, breathing room.
Yeah, all right. Is the briefing... Okay, I want to clarify. Is the briefing room a separate room, or is it just the airlock?
It's a separate room.
Okay, good.
Okay.
All right. I'm glad.
But yes, you do notice that for whatever reason, that the Miranda class starship does have an airlock directly at the back of the bridge.
Just in case.
Yeah, you never know when you need to space a trader. I mean, when
Or a
you
troublesome
need,
counselor.
when you need direct access
Yeah.
to the bridge
To the
from
space.
externally.
To space.
From
yeah.
space to the bridge.
When you absolutely positively need vacuum now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
When
Briefing
you
room.
need
So-
nothing most desperately.
It's a silent but deadly. Evacuate
I mean,
the air.
traditionally in Star Trek, the captain would gather their entire senior bridge crew.
Okay.
With or without counselor is up to you.
Oh well, I mean the council's busy with this drink apparently, but she's
No,
welcome
she's
to
been trying
attend
her
if she would like.
office. If you tell her that there's a briefing, she'd probably attend.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
She'd
We
have
will-
a glass of Corellian ale in her hand because she's still sciencing it, but
Senior staff to the bridge.
Senior staff to the bridge.
Tossing staff. to the
No,
bridge.
no drinks.
Put it in a.
That rules out
God
teleporting.
damn
then.
it!
put
God
it
damn
on
it!
put it on the
No
desk.
teleportation, no drinks.
Put it
God
on the
damn it,
desk.
be
Push the
professional.
button. It goes down into the desk, into the vacuum sealed container that keeps it perfectly refrigerated.
Just
Until I
put it in the
come back.
fridge. Yeah. All right. Briefing then. Briefing time.
Yes. So, Captain Highwater's standing in front of the small view screen at one end of the briefing room. She's got a pad in front of her with her notes prepared. And on the view screen is a small display of Boros 4. And so Captain Highwater says, well, so the reason we're sending you to the neutral zone is, as we said, Drupal and his crew of mercenaries have a base on Boros 4.
That makes sense.
Being in the neutral zone, neither us nor the Romulans have previously been able to investigate this. We would like you to investigate the base and hopefully apprehend Drupal and some of his mercenaries. Only, of course, if they are carrying out any activities considered illegal by either us or the Romulan Empire. We'll sort out jurisdiction later. And she glances over to Solius.
So to be clear, it doesn't matter if it's a crime in only one of the jurisdictions, either jurisdiction, the superset.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
What happens if it's a crime in both areas? Who calls dibs?
Cut the men in half.
Well, there's cloning technology, you know.
The Solomon Gambit. I see.
They'll probably just assign some sort of joint task force that'll be bureaucracy and either.
You're tasked with these
easiest
joints,
way
you're
for them
tasked
to
with
escape
these joints.
justice. Make sure they commit as many crimes in both jurisdictions as possible.
They're going for the obscure ones as well. And
The
she,
ones that just haven't been made illegal, you know.
Yet.
Yeah. Although the ones that haven't been taken back,
Yeah.
like from 100 years ago.
They hitched a local camel equivalent to something they weren't supposed to. Oh no!
Get him!
his wife was parachuting on a Sunday. Get him!
All right.
so yes, we're expecting that this base has been used as a staging area for their smuggling operation, and so we expect you will likely find some contraband aboard the base, and that should give you sufficient ammunition to arrest anybody you come across. You do, of course.
What information do we have about the base?
Oh, legal ammunition. I get it.
Of course, should they resist arrest, you do have your standard phaser ammunition as well.
Naturally. But what information do we have on this base?
Almost none. As you will see from the display behind me, and as I'm sure your science officer will confirm, Boros 4 has a very unique atmosphere. It has high-level storms that create interference that affect our sensors. We are able to give you a rough location of the base, thanks to some scans provided by Subcommander Solius. But beyond that, we have almost no information about the layout of the base, how many men you'll be facing, anything like that. Additionally, because of the sensor interference, you will find that transport will be impossible without pattern buffers.
Right.
Pattern enhancers, sorry.
I was going to say,
is-
pattern buffers
yeah.
is a normal part of the transport, so yeah.
Is this going... is this sensor disruption going to work both ways? Or do we know if they have sensors outside of the storms to keep an eye out for example, Federation starships coming to investigate?
From our scans of the system, provided again by the Romulans, we have been able to determine the extent of their sensor coverage, and have been able to provide your pilot, and she gestures to Lieutenant Jones, with a safe path into the system that should allow you to pass undetected to Boros 4.
Excellent. So at least we can... we should have the element of surprise.
Yes.
Okay.
Due to the nature of not having transporter access to the surface without physically placed transport pattern enhancers, we would recommend taking a shuttlecraft to the surface with your strike team aboard.
Yep. Do we know anything about... I guess, given the lack of sensor information, we have no idea what kind of air defenses they have.
None, I'm afraid. We recommend using your best pilot.
Do any of you have any questions?
I recommend that we take pattern buffers with us on the shuttlecraft, either as backup or an emergency exit, so the Franklin can transport us away.
I'll have a copy of those weather and climate and atmospheric reports, please.
Yep.
Similarly,
I'd be interested in knowing any other ways that we could potentially get a pattern enhancer transport down there.
Yeah, there we are. They're just the thing. You stick them in the ground.
The classic tripod thing that you have
Yeah.
to usually set up in a triangle.
Yeah, and you stand within
Right.
the triangle. Then the transporter can lock onto you.
Right, gotcha. Yeah,
And
that
usually
would be
something
something
terrible
to bring
goes
up.
wrong if you're half in, half out.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
And then Thomas Riker happens.
Yes.
Um,
So yeah, I'd say we take some of those with us on the shuttlecraft.
Yep, that sounds like a good idea.
Do we
Yeah,
have
so
any
they
intelligence
need to
on?
be... Yeah. You
Do
can't
we have any
exactly fire them down in a triangle
No.
formation.
no,
Dang it.
they would not survive that.
Do we have any other information on how any responses that have happened to other ships that happen to pass by in that vicinity, if anything's passing by?
There are
Granted that it's not
only
a
a
very
few
high traffic
traveled
area, but-
space lanes through the neutral zone, so they can be monitored by both sides. Trade across the neutral zone is limited at best. So
Presumably,
there's
if
no
there
knowledge.
are mercenaries on the planet, there is some traffic back and forth.
Yes, the Romulans have tracked a few of their ships. That's how they know why there's a base there.
In general, this base tends to keep itself somewhat hidden to avoid attracting any undue attention until now.
Yeah, hopefully they have not noticed the attention they've got so far.
Based on the ships coming and going, do you have an estimate of how many people could be there, Commander Solius?
There could be many. We have no real way of knowing just how many, so we'll need some of your crew that are trained in combat in order to deal with those mercenaries.
How long have you had passive observation on this system?
We've had several weeks of observation on the system. It is only till recently that you have uncovered the full extent of things that were happening in this system.
Okay.
Obviously, the planet's location in the neutral zone makes things tricky.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So we need to, the way I see it, we need to, well, obviously approach using the information we have to try and get as close as possible without being observed. See what information we can get prior to going down. And then we also need to send a team down, assuming that the information we receive before we send the crew down does not change this plan. So,
Sounds
how
good.
do we get 2 and 3?
You can expect certain things from this Drupal and his base. You can expect him to have some physical defenses, perhaps force fields, perhaps disruptor batteries. So you'll need someone with some engineering expertise to disable those.
Disabling things. My specialty.
You'll also need someone to assist with identifying any contraband that may be present. Some sort of quartermaster.
I was going to say I'm well versed in contraband.
Perhaps someone skilled in gaining access to computer systems to acquire any information that may be on their systems.
Okay. Well, let's and of course we need some people with the ability to shoot things, just in case.
Just in case.
Well, you have Victor and his hazard team.
Yeah, that is my thinking.
And of course, we'll need someone down there on the planet to command the team,
Yes.
as the storms will interfere with communications back onto the ship.
Solius, as the Romulan representative on this mission, would you expect to be going down with the strike team?
As a Romulan observer, I would expect to be going down on the with the strike team.
Okay.
Captain Highwater pipes up, and I will, of course, be accompanying you as well, Captain.
Okay.
The shuttlecraft is going to be
Yeah.
packed. I'm just saying,
Yes, it will.
How effective are sensor scans once you're below the electrical storms?
Once you're clear of the sensor interference, the shuttle sensors will be able to give you a pretty good scan of the base and an idea of what's going on.
All right.
And they will also be able to see us if we're not careful.
Yes.
How difficult is it to park the Franklin on top of the base?
The Miranda class was not designed for atmospheric flight. One in...
How many bits of the Franklin would you like put there?
Yeah.
I was going to say, a factory new Miranda class would
wouldn't even
probably
go
just
for the
about
factory
survive.
Okay.
And the electrical storms don't help. So I imagine that would make things a lot worse. Bad idea.
I don't know technical stuff. It's just if it's dangerous to do it in the shuttle, it should be less dangerous to do it in the big
No,
shuttle.
okay, no, that's
not
not
how
how
it works.
logic works, Jack.
If we drop a small ship on the base, dropping a bigger one is better, right?
We're going to drop things on the base. If it comes to that, then we can find some rocks. We
Why
do
is
not
it-
need
or
to use a
toast?
ship.
Maybe toast.
Toast could work.
Toast.
They cannot survive atmospheric re-entry.
It'll be very
Yeah.
well toasted.
It'll survive the re-entry. It just won't leave.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess we've got a plan.
Yep. So, are there any preparations you would like to make before you arrive? Because we arrive at the speed of plot at this point.
I don't want to wait here 6 real hours.
Yeah. Mhm. We'll just cut to an advert break and then you'll arrive at Boros 4.
I kind of want to know who's going.
Well, I feel like
Besides,
Basically everyone.
Yeah.
everyone.
I mean, I am not necessary so far.
Didn't
you're
you say
basically-
you're the one who understands contraband?
Mostly
You
as a
did say
joke.
that.
You did. You put it out there. I'm just saying.
But
Fine,
also,
bring the counselor.
Well, because otherwise it'll be all of us, and you will just sit this out. So
yeah.
Yeah.
you're
For
coming.
the sake of
Yeah,
the way the
that's
game
true.
functions, we're all going.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just recording increasingly drunken voice messages that no one can actually get through the sensor clouds.
No. So one scene that happens before we leave is Victor and Counselor Reynolds standing apart from the rest of the crew, and Counselor Reynolds just telling him to be careful.
Come back alive. Is it proper?
Back alive or don't come back at all.
Technically, Counselor Reynolds would say, "Come back alive, or I'll kill you."
Yeah.
That's more like her.
I think at this moment, Bloodrun would just be going over the. Are we using a shuttle or a runabout?
Do we have?
Well,
a
you've
runabout?
got 3 shuttlecraft, 2 Type 8 shuttlecraft, and 1 slightly larger Type 11, which is the Lady Jane.
Oh yeah.
We'll probably take the large one because there's a
Yeah. I
lot
think,
of
Yes.
yeah.
Your small pair are Terra and Erebus, which, by the way, for those nerds out there, Terra and Erebus were John Franklin's ships, and Lady Jane was his wife.
Ah. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. So we take that. Take the large shuttle down.
And I'm doing the calibrations and preparations for the phase stabilizers,
Yeah. I'm just
pattern
getting,
enhancers.
I'm just getting the pattern enhancers together. And just like,
For anybody
Making
in
sure they're all
chat,
calibrated and connected, and
that's
Yeah,
what
alright.
the Type 11 shuttlecraft looks like.
yeah. All right, Garrus. You work.
calibrations.
You work on those calibrations.
Talk some other time.
I'm trying to see if I can boost sensors to see a little bit farther, even with any interference once we hit atmosphere.
Yep. And I don't really see that there's much for me to do before we go down, so I'm gonna go and relax using the holodeck. Why not?
Do you have a program?
I think it'll probably be something fairly innocuous. Maybe I'll go to the beach.
I was going to say you could use Counselor Reynolds' relaxation hour program.
Therapeutic program.
I recommend Wharf 3.
Don't. Yeah, I don't really
There
want to
is
do
no
the-
bartender. I told you guys, there's no bartender in the program.
I don't want to owe
the
Reynolds a
bartender shows
favor
up on
for a
Reynolds'
holodeck program. I don't know how she would want to cash it in.
You don't owe her a favor. She offers that freely to anyone because that's part of her crew morale thing, that people can just come and have an hour off.
Right. No, I think I'm gonna go to the beach.
All right.
Okay.
I like this. Like everyone else is prepping, getting ready. The captain's just relaxing on the beach.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's what good delegation gets you.
Someone's got to be in charge, and
It's good to be king.
Are you? Did you invite? You should invite Highwater and Sub Commander Solius with you. That's a show of friendship.
Or just as a nice place to have an additional conversations leading up to the mission.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, that's a good idea. No, I don't think I'll do that.
fair.
That's the ship in a nutshell.
I
That's a
will
good
let
idea.
them. I will let them know that I will be in the holodeck, and if they would like to discuss anything with me, that is where they can find me.
And someone will show them to their quarters.
Yes.
All right.
I will.
As you go back
to their
down the
quarters
turbo
and then
lift
go the
to your
holodeck.
quarters, Uno, you realise something you didn't notice when you first got to the bridge. The turbo lift doors judder a bit, and the turbo lift takes a couple of tries to get you to the right deck.
When it stops, does it stop like halfway up?
Yeah, and
It's
then
like
it
a
You
suddenly
have to actually step
shunts
up.
into position.
There's still like a 3-inch gap, though.
Yeah.
Strange. That sounds like the elevator's in my place here. Sometime.
And so, yes, it's becoming very clear to you that far from the flagship and star crew that Captain Highwater promised you, yeah.
You've got us instead.
Yes, well, I'll be making notes on a pad and all the way through this.
Yeah. Correcting the Tao Xiao report in red pen.
Yeah, you can almost hear the disappointment in the taps. Well, that's not true at all.
It's like, turns out they were telling the truth.
Yeah, well, that must be like Highwater's reaction of like, oh, I thought all that was nonsense. Oh no, it's all true.
Yes.
I've
Oh,
been a
that's
terrible
The toast
mistake.
kits yet.
That wasn't redacted. That's just jam.
Yeah.
Strawberry, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, when you get to your quarters, a little plate of toast and jam has been set out, and the jam is in a container that's been branded with the Franklin's name. Somebody spent some time designing the
Is there a
label.
tiny kettle on one side and some packets of biscuits? As
Yes.
well?
When you look at the kettle, it says "Property of Starbase 12" on it.
Why do they label these
There's
things?
a replicator right next to it, but there's a kettle there anyway.
I sort of look at it. It's like I don't know what this is. This weird human implement. I'll go and attempt to request a proper good Romulan meal.
And surprisingly, the replicator delivers.
I'm as surprised as everyone.
I think all of us are surprised.
Turns out
We all
the
just
problem
kinda
all along
stare
has
at it
been
and,
you've
like-
been requesting human food.
Oh.
It seems the replicator system may actually be calibrated for Romulan.
That would explain a lot.
Well, at least the
Not
human
the toast,
menu.
though.
The human menu is corrupted,
Yeah.
so that's why it keeps spitting out toast in that one place.
Yeah.
Let's have, as I pick from the wiki, Hawaii with no scales.
Oh, it's Welsh food then.
Because apparently that is a thing.
No scales. All right.
It says here, for superior product, no scales must be requested.
Oh, that's good.
So, you know.
Have some of that. All right.
I'm going to give you a plot point for that, I think. You know, for dedicated your research.
Doing homework.
Sounds suspiciously like that Hawaiian state fish.
Mm.
Except it's got Huma Huma Nuku Nuku Wa Pua'a is the name of the fish.
Ooh,
Wow.
I'm impressed at that.
All right.
You can have a plot point for just knowing how to pronounce that.
Mr.
It's also a
Burns
very
is-
pretty fish, but yeah, it sounds
Burns is
like
my own
it's
ether.
a very
Is that like
strange
a-
alien sort of meal.
Mr. Burns is high on ether. He'll say yes to anything.
So yes. So we cut to advert break. We come back. I presume at this point you're all assembled back on the bridge, ready to go.
Oh, be in the shuttle bay, surely.
Well,
Yeah.
first you've got to navigate to the planet.
Oh, right, yeah.
So that's going to require your helmswoman to make a couple of rolls for me.
Oh, rolling dice.
We've finally got to the
happens.
dice rolling part of this game. It's only taken us an hour.
Yep. I mean, I can order you to navigate and use my captain's perk,
Oh yes, you can.
which gives you a D8 influence. Why not?
That sounds good. Captain's log, just relaxing in the holodeck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The order comes up from the holodeck. It's not even on
Captain's
the
log.
bridge.
Splash, splash,
No.
splash, 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 splash.
Hey,
Whale
it's a
sounds, whale
good
song.
place.
This
We've
is a-
got the holodeck up and running. It's a good place to get away from people, write your reports, and tan. Okay.
I like the idea. It just gives
so
the
you don't-
order and then goes down a water slide afterwards.
So the
Yeah.
I like to think that he's got a water slide, but he's actually sitting at his desk, going down the water slide.
Yeah. It's wonderful the things you can do with a holodeck. Okay.
so the asset I'm going to give you, Blodwyn, is Captain's confidence. So Captain Yenko, I would like you to give Blodwyn a small speech before she starts to navigate the course into the system.
Now, Bloodwin, you're the only qualified pilot that we happen to have, and I'm confident that you can get this done. We've got all of the information that the Romulans and have provided us. We just need to make sure that we don't get spotted on the way. And if you screw it up, we will probably all die as the ship gets shut down when we enter the atmosphere.
Yeah, so no pressure then.
No pressure.
So Blodwyn, you will be making a mental
Oh,
and
my first
fly roll for. Let me repeat that: mental and fly.
Ah.
Could I loan my as science officer? Could I loan my no dice as I kind of point out ways to use electrical interference to better navigate through?
Yes, you may. So you can have a D8 as well. Yes. So you spent your plot point to give her the dice, the extra D8. But I'm giving you a plot point back for your rousing speech.
Okay. Well, yes, it's inspiring the crew is an important part of the captain's job.
Yep.
And it's good to know that the captain is just as competent in the crew in this regard as the crew in this regard.
Yeah.
Yep. So Jack has put the dice rolling commands in chat there. Your score to beat is 12.
So you got the D8 from Ranico. What was it? What did you get? You got the thing from Havoc as well.
Yes.
That would be a D12.
Yep. Havoc is loaning a D12.
As I attempt to guide through, map out the electrical interference to best cover our approach.
I like the idea that there's a set of numbered speeches, although I suspect that would probably more be Jenkins having those speeches.
Yes.
Whereas
Yeah.
Nienko's are actually a little bit more from the heart.
Hey! Oh, 12! Nice.
It's not quite an extraordinary success,
Natural 12.
but yeah, that is an impressive dice score, nonetheless. 16.
Natural 12, 2 natural 4s, and a natural 3.
Yeah.
So yes, you successfully pilot this very strange course through the system that the Romulans mapped out, cutting into the shadows of planets, through an asteroid belt, and then you very successfully bring the ship into orbit above Boros 4 on the dark side.
Okay. Excellent.
And so you are now ready to depart by shuttlecraft.
Yeah. Before we depart via shuttlecraft, is there anything that we can do? Is there anything we can do before we depart by shuttlecraft to get any more info?
Bring a copy of the Pirates of Penzance.
We're not singing HMS Pinafore on the way down.
Ah,
Not again.
I've got it in the original Klingon.
That was number 2 on my list.
Yes.
Find out what we can
Yes.
before we go down.
So your sensor sweeps reveal exactly what the Romulan reports told you. You can make out that there is a set of buildings on the surface at this coordinate. Something
Okay.
that's manufactured and not part of just the general barren wasteland that is the rest of this planet. What you also see is that, yes, the Romulans were absolutely right. Your current orbital position is perfectly in a blind spot between a couple of listening satellites.
Don't tell the Romulans that.
I can see that we were right.
Yes. The other thing that you do notice is that there is a day-old warp trail leaving the system.
Oh.
Interesting. Okay, well, if that's all we've got, that does not change the plan. Everyone pile in the ship.
Railroading.
Into the
Are you,
Hey!
are you mentioning the warp trail? Does that get mentioned out loud? I hear it, or
Yeah. Yep. Nope. I don't see any reason why we would hold that.
yeah. If I
information
could
back.
take a look at the data on the warp trail,
Just want to see where it's
Yes.
going.
can I identify the type of ship?
Yep, that will be... Where's your character sheet? That will be mental and no. And I'll let you use intelligence reports for that, because
Cool.
you'll know what sort of ships Drupal's using.
Oh.
Every time you say Drupal, I hear Drupal.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Whereas,
that's going to be a 5 for you to beat.
Well, never say never.
Well, he did it.
Got there.
Yes!
Okay.
Yeah, Uno is the new me!
But it's 2d8. It's, you know.
Saying that, but I haven't rolled yet.
So
really,
yes,
I
the
mostly think of this when he says Drupal.
that is exactly who he's named for.
Yeah.
I can tell you ahead of time that his lieutenant is called Jumla.
Okay.
I forgot. Does specialization give me anything fun?
You could have rolled an extra d6 there,
Oh, well.
but you've
Didn't
beat me
really
anyway,
need it.
so you don't need to roll the extra d6 now.
It would have been one.
Well,
Fair
so
enough.
you roll it then.
I'll pretend that one wasn't there, so I won't buy a complication for you. From your information, from what's been monitoring, the warp trail is one of Drupal's freighters. So, yes, it matches the warp signature perfectly. So, yeah, looks like a freighter shipment has departed in the last day.
Right. I will proffer this information out. It looks like a freighter's just left. We may be at a good time to assault the base.
Yep.
One
Yeah,
thing
plus
you do
weapons
know
and-
about this particular freighter is, and the reason its warp signature is so distinctive, is that it's got a small leak in its reactor containment. What this means is that when it goes to warp, it has a habit of masking all other warp trails, so you aren't able to see any warp activity from before this freighter left the system.
Okay. That is not necessarily ideal. But let's go down.
All right. Everybody pile in.
Yep. And just then we'll activate the Reaper friend or foe thing experimentally, and I'm sure the collectors won't attack.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Just saying, with the containment breach, it could be Reapers. Oh, Reavers.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a little bit of warp plasma spread across the system now because of this particular freighter.
Well, it's like the freighter just sneezed as it
Yeah.
went to warp.
Is this kind of like toast chaff?
Yeah. you leave toast. This freighter leaves plasma.
Yep.
And so yes, so you board the Lady Jane, and begin your descent to the surface. So yes, Lieutenant Jones, as you enter the storm layer, the shuttlecraft begins being buffeted by strong winds, making it quite difficult to.
Star Trek style. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I can shake the grounds of that.
Need to make
Yeah.
sure that none of us are moving in the same direction.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like we've been hit. Oh.
Fortunately for you, the shuttlecraft is newer than the Franklin.
We have
And-
seatbelts?
Was not repaired by Lieutenant Lloyd.
Not yet.
Not yet, because it's still brand new. This is the first time, in fact, you've used the Lady Jane. So not only does it have seatbelts, as you got to sit down, you had to take the plastic seat covers off.
That
it's
new
still got the
shuttlecraft
paper-
smell.
We've still got the paper mats in from the dealership.
Yep,
You got. I've taken them out. I put all new mats in.
and it's got
You have
the
to take the price thing off on the window.
it's also got the dealership's scented pine tree hanging in the windscreen.
I was gonna say we're gonna be delayed by half an hour as we pull all the little plastic off the shiny bits, right?
Yeah.
Not because that takes a while, we just want to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yes, it's just slower.
So yes, the shuttlecraft begins being buffeted by strong winds. Now, I'm not going to take away the asset you got of Captain's Confidence, so you can still use that for this role. And so mental and fly again to avoid crashing due to strong winds.
This could be a very short episode.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well,
Real end to the campaign here if you roll all
and
ones.
they all died.
Ships fall, they all died.
Oh, shoot, yeah.
And this is why it's good practice not to have roles where either outcome is boring.
I've got
Yep.
operate and helmsman.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I'm pretty
you've
sure
got
that-
fly, small ship, so you
Yep,
can roll an
fine.
extra d6 for the small ship, and you can roll helmsman as a d8 or a d4. Up to you.
Please D8.
Okay.
Well, if you roll d4, you get a plot point, don't you? If you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, so Captain Confidence is D8, isn't it?
Yep.
Are you? Wait, who's defending?
I am.
here? Okay.
Well,
Oh, good.
Well, I think the winds are not too bad today.
the winds are actually surprisingly mild.
Yes.
It feels like it's buffeting, but that's just that new shuttlecraft feel as it's being broken in.
As the inertial compensators very gradually try to actually calibrate for the ship.
We do have a lot of people on board, so the weight distribution is probably throwing things off.
And you're not quite used to the gear ratios yet, so every time you put it into second, it just starts juddering.
Yeah. Wait. Can you drive a manual shuttlecraft?
Okay, I think I've got it.
Hey. Nice.
Yes,
Hey!
that is
Hello.
an extraordinary success. So, you get yourself a hero dice equal to a d8.
And the odometer ticks over from 0.
Would you like to describe how you combat the strong weather conditions?
Well, since the wind is so strong, it's basically a case of turning the nose into it, try to adjust for wind shear, coming in sideways at some points, crowding down through the clouds, and occasionally upside down. It's
Okay.
unusual, really.
And
Yeah.
I'm using your jinx. As you are flying through the very last layer of the storm, you don't quite compensate enough, and the shuttlecraft just gets dinged by a small bolt of lightning, which just puts a scorch on the paintwork just in front of the bit of the cockpit that you can see. So the brand new paint job on the shuttlecraft is now minutely damaged. Nobody else is going to notice, but you've seen it. You know it's there. It's going to haunt you.
This is exactly what happened when I bought my car. I dinged the windshield on the test drive.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
You know you don't have
Very
to buy
slightly, almost unnoticeable.
You knew it was there, however.
Oh, yeah, and it is literally right there.
Forever.
Or until I get a new windshield.
Yeah.
Which, or in catastrophe, basically forever.
I don't know. She's in Texas. They get pretty large hailstorms.
Not the hail I'm worried about. I had a coworker who got his window shattered driving to the airport 2 weeks ago.
Ooh,
Stone.
The old
that's
blue ice.
no mess
Yeah.
with your travel.
Yeah, nope, just got stone kicked up by a large truck.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So do we otherwise land without incident?
Well, you're now below the storm layer.
Okay.
Sensors
Winds
are
are still strong, but it's relatively easy to fly. You're within a couple of kilometers of the location of the base. Sensors are active, and you're now able to get some readings.
Okay.
So what do we see?
Oh,
You
hey.
see this.
Here we go.
Ooh.
I've got too many.
It's got ridges and wiggly lines in it.
Oh.
It's built on the edge of a cliff, I'm guessing.
And the
So-
power.
What you see is a series of, at least on sensors, a series of interlinked, prefabricated modules. Some Federation, some Romulan. The main sort of central tower unit is a Romulan prefab from a spaceport, small spaceport facility for a colony. Often the first thing that's dropped to coordinate other traffic in and out. You also see there's a large, what appears to be hangar with a runway/landing pad designed to accommodate quite large freighters that are capable of atmospheric flight. The blue wiggly lines, your sensors can't quite penetrate this area. There's something weird about it.
I'm sure it will not be relevant at all to the mission.
No,
Which
no,
way
I'm
are
sure
we
not.
approaching from?
Yes, the base itself is in a large flat plain, but the area I've very carefully marked with a brown wiggly line, marked ridge, is a small rise to the north of the base, to which one could park a shuttlecraft the other side and remain hidden.
Okay.
All
That
other
seems
approaches to the
useful.
base are flat, and you would be noticed and spotted and killed on that approach.
I suggest we use the convenient ridge that they, for some reason, do not have things on.
Yeah, it's funny that, isn't it? It's like somebody's railroading you through a story.
Wait a minute. Hey, wait.
And it's fine because I've lampshaded it now.
That makes it okay. Yeah.
As we
Is
do
there a lampshade on this ridge?
Lampshade Ridge.
It's to stop it licking itself.
Are there any sensors arrays
Could I-
at the moment?
Could I try to run a detection for, run a scan for sensors and other defenses we need to worry about?
Yep. So that will be mental and operate for sensors.
Yep.
Score to beat is 13.
Well, that's might not happen. We'll find out. I'm using a science officer for this as well.
Or science.
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
Wrong way around.
Wait, what? I know, I
The
know.
back slash, other way around.
Yeah.
Other slash.
That was perfect timing.
Did you just get detected?
No.
Ooh.
Oh dear.
Oh no! Oh no! I think we
That
just
was
got
a very
detected.
appropriate sound.
Yeah.
Neg?
Yeah, no, that was appropriate. Yeah.
You begin
Now
to
scan
this thing.
run your scan for monitoring and weapon systems, but before you can, red alert sounds in the shuttlecraft.
Oh, good.
A disruptor battery has locked onto you.
This sounds like a cause for some evasive action.
Mm-hmm.
Quick, just drive the shuttle straight into the ridge.
Do you know a few maneuvers?
Let's see what this thing can do.
And in addition, your complication I'm buying for you is jammed. Your sensors and comms are being jammed.
Oh, that's good.
I smack the console.
What flavour?
Um,
I've lost the boops.
yes. It seems the Romulans are using marmalade.
It's
rather unconventional.
Fiendish hounds.
The bastards. What kind? Has it got? It's got the bits in it.
That's got
Yeah,
bits in it.
it's full shred.
It's got bits in it.
Oh,
Is
not
it
full
lemon?
shred.
Lemon shred.
I've Commander
That's
Shred.
That's.
Okay.
I'm just gonna. That's the name of their operating system. They're on Marmalade. Lemon Shred branch.
So yes,
Okay,
roll
well, I-
for evasive maneuvers, Lieutenant Jones.
Also, plot points.
Yes, you only get one.
Yep.
I might be an idea to roll the hero dice, I think.
Well, you don't have to roll that until you see what you rolled first time round.
Yes.
Fair dues, fair dues. So it's just the same as before, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you're going to be okay.
Ooh.
Oh.
3.
The dice giveth and the dice taketh away.
Yes.
There we
Yeah,
go.
they do.
Alright, let's hit the floor.
This time you get a D10 big damn hero. Oh, hero die, not big damn heroes because we're not playing Firefly.
Same diff.
Yep. So, do you want to describe how you evade the disruptor bank?
Yep, I basically dropped from the sky.
It's got all powers.
Cut
a
it.
controlled crash.
Drop from the sky, and at the last second, pull up and start swinging left and right, basically about a meter or two from the ground at full speed.
Okay,
Gravity,
everybody
take the
else,
wheel.
I would like you to roll for not having brown trousers.
Ah. So what skill does that come under?
Focus.
Is that physical?
Mental and focus.
Mental and focus.
Mental
Okay.
and
Trying
focus?
really hard not to shit yourself. It's like, must-
Focus. Oh!
Your score to beat is 4.
right, okay. So P10 and focus is okay. So you got to put the slash in front of it. There
Yep.
it is.
No
Alright.
worries.
Everything is fine.
I'm good.
Uh,
Yeah, no, okay, so far. Well, let's say everything's good.
Yeah.
What's the complication?
I'm trying to decide if I buy him a complication relating to brown trousers or not.
Please no.
You're rolling to avoid that. The complication
Do you know
can't be
how
the thing you're trying
crowded
to
this
avoid.
shuttlecraft is?
It could be stress related. Could be that sort of thing. Could be nervousness.
I was gonna say maybe he doesn't brown trousers. Maybe he just.
Yeah.
Just freaking out. Yeah.
This is why you have the airlock on the Franklin.
By the way, Keith,
At least it
I
isn't
do
helium.
believe Captain Yanko, Petra, Solius, and I are all eligible for a D6 hero die.
Oh,
There you go. There's your complication.
Wait, I need to read
We
this.
could leave it as scorched paint.
Awkwardfart.web. Oh no. I was not
Yeah,
prepared for
right.
that maneuver.
Hero dice for everybody.
But also, this maneuver does have the advantage of making it look like it got shot out of the sky.
That's what I was thinking. Like, that's what we're going for?
Yep.
It's like, oh, we got hit.
Just getting out of the way quickly.
Yeah, but you can make it look like they've been hit and are going down, and pull up at the last second behind the ridge so they don't see us.
Yeah,
That
that'll
we're
work.
actually okay.
Could we throw some grenades out or something to make the noise?
It's
I
probably
do not think we were prepared enough for that.
No, we were not.
Okay.
There's just one sad little firework visible over the ridge.
There we go. Hero
Besides,
dice
they were
awarded
firing
appropriately.
very shiny, the very brightly colored disruptor bolts.
And Jones may have let out a whoop on the way down.
Yes. So Jones brings you safely into land. Well, safely. Behind this ridge. You do know now that the base is on alert. They know that a shuttlecraft has been sighted. But you are now down on the ground.
All right, so Vernon will make his he'll get out the shuttlecraft because he can sense people want him to go step outside for a second, and he'll set up the transport the pattern enhancers.
Yep.
Set that up.
You bring 2 sets, Vernon.
We only brought the one.
No, we brought 2 sets.
Did we?
I brought a set.
All right. Well, all
I
right.
brought a set.
Good.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, we've got 2 of them.
Good.
I mean, I don't know.
Yes.
We're the 2 guys who actually know the extremely weird transporter system. So I figured we should both have one just in case.
But a set of 3 each then, because
Yes.
it's triangle.
Hang on.
Okay.
I kind of feel like we
set
should
them up in a
run in
hexagon.
the ship.
So, Vernon, while you're setting up the transporter area, I'd like you to roll mental and notice to see if you notice the ding on the paint job.
Notice. All right, that's also a D6. So,
Oh no.
that's the same roll as last time then. D10 and D6. All right.
No, you do not.
Don't care.
good.
In a tie, defender wins.
Right. Yeah. So I'm just like do.
The
Don't
defender
man-
being the scorch mark.
Okay, there's
Yeah.
nothing for
Does it look
Lloyd to
different on
fix.
the? Nah.
It's like yeah. Well, he's profoundly unconcerned with the paint job and is just focused entirely on setting all of this up.
Yeah.
So you've got one set of pattern enhancers now by the shuttlecraft. You've also got another set you could carry with you. Given the size of these...
How did Captain Highwater do on the trip down?
Oh, I forgot to roll for Captain Highwater.
Oh yeah, let's see if she.
Oh, yeah.
Did you make it
We
through?
said mental and focus, didn't we? D10
did.
and a D6 for Captain Highwater.
I think she'll be fine.
You say that.
Come on, brown trousers.
Someone's got
Captain Highwater
She
passes.
gets- Yeah.
fine.
So,
Um,
Captain,
You're a
Intelligence
PC, she
officer,
get a
one would
hero.
hope.
so
Yeah.
Captain, what's your plan now? As it seems the element of surprise is gone.
Yes, the question is, will they send people to investigate this now? Or will... and so should we take defensive positions, or should we go on the attack?
We can't assume that they won't send anyone out to investigate.
That
Does
would be remarkably foolish of them to not
Pattern.
investigate.
the pattern enhancer allow transport to and from the Franklin?
Yes.
That's the idea. Yeah.
Would it be a good idea for me to take off in the shuttle and provide a little bit of air support?
You could, but you run the risk of them
Getting shot
shooting you down. And
Yeah, their anti-air defenses seemed quite strong.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
we're still
their
jammed
anti-air
on the
defenses are
sensors,
now
right?
on, actively scanning, and remember they're still jamming the shuttle's comms and transport.
See, that's the problem. Is if the comms are being jammed, can we actually contact the Franklin?
No.
Nope.
No.
So the pattern buffer, pattern enhancer right now isn't doing anything because we can't call up to get them to beam us out.
Okay.
But we have it set up. If we can take down their
The
jamming
jam.
device.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you at least move the shuttle so it's away from the pattern enhancers?
We can move the. We'd set the pattern enhancers up,
Yeah.
away from the shuttle.
You've got a second set
Okay.
you can carry with you, which, as I was saying before, given the size of them, you're going to want one per person. So you need to pick which 3 people carry them.
Does the model of shuttle, the Lady Jane, is it like a runabout in that it has its own transporter? Or
It
not?
does, yes.
Okay, so in an emergency, we can transport to the shuttle.
Yes. And like a runabout, its transporter can be activated remotely.
Okay. Although if the comms are being jammed, can we do that?
No. You
Okay,
need to be able to
so,
contact the shuttle computer.
Right. Okay. Never mind then. All right. So,
Okay.
well, I've set it up. It's like, right, I've set it up. Franklin. Franklin.
And it's just a burst of static.
Okay, so what we need to do is 3 people will take each. We need 3 volunteers. I will take one of the enhancers, whatever they are. Give me a stick.
Highwater volunteers to carry one.
I'll take the third one.
Okay.
Good, 'cause I wasn't
right now
carrying
it's
them.
just stick it in the ground and press a button, right? No,
Yeah.
no other way.
No, okay, so you need 3 of them. Just stick them
Yeah.
in the ground in a triangle, and they'll connect to each other and form an area in which you stand to be transported.
All right. So now we need to identify where they're going to come from and get ready for them to attack. Or at least investigate.
Okay.
Well, hang on. The ridge is. Are we at lower or higher than the base at the moment?
You're at the same level as the base, but the other side of the ridge.
The ridge.
There's like a little hill.
So the ridge is actually more of a hill.
Okay,
Well, probably be
so
a good idea to get to
we
the
need
hill
to
so we
agree.
can run at them.
Let's go. They would have already started before us, and they know the terrain. We
So-
should be leaving now.
So we all leave. Are we all moving out? Is that your order, Captain? Everyone
Yes.
move out. All right. Okay.
Transform
Good.
and roll out.
I was half expecting you to try and split the party here.
Ah.
Given that we can't communicate with each other, that seems real awkward.
Yeah.
Seems like that would be a problem.
Well,
So
I was
let's
also,
Pop back to the map.
Okay. Do we have a convenient ship icon to identify where our ship is?
It's down there somewhere. There it is.
Okay.
That was me pinging, by the way. But
That's close. That's close enough, I suppose.
There you
Safety.
go.
Ridge.
Okay. Do we know where we need to go to get over the ridge?
Pretty much straight south.
Okay.
Due south, in
Take it
fact.
onto
This
the
isn't,
ridge.
this isn't awkward, craggy sort of thing. It's easily scalable.
Yeah, see, now that you're on the planet's surface, the sky up above is this weird, dark, purplish grey colour with lightning crackling through it. Light is sort of like dusk. Visibility is reasonably good, but it's not bright sunlight.
Gotcha. Blue filter.
There's a stiff breeze. It's not unpleasant, but it's not pleasant either. It's just not very nice. The planet's surface is just like this nasty grey dust. The odd boulder everywhere. There's
Also
no plant
mentions-
life, no trees.
All right. Styrofoam set number 6. From the original.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Imagine a quarry in North Wales. You're about halfway there.
We landed on the Doctor Who quarry planet. That's right.
okay.
Oh look, rocks.
Okay. We will send Victor and the Hazard team first. That's what
Well,
they are.
Well, right.
That's what they are not paid for.
Mm.
Um,
That's what we use them for.
So Victor and the Hazard team are on point. They use the boulders to take cover and advance up the ridge, gesturing for you guys to follow and hide behind specific boulders as they go.
Excellent.
Just as
I
you're
will,
about
of course,
to
lead from the rear.
Yeah. I mean, given your experience with Jenkins and phasers, that's probably the best place to be.
Indeed.
I like that, Uno.
Sticking the bullets.
As you're almost to the top of the rise, Victor holds up his hand, telling you all to halt, and gestures to 3 figures that have just come to the top of the ridge. They are Romulan, and they are all holding disruptor pistols.
Does that technically count as illegal?
No, disruptors are what Romulans use.
Well, shooting
Yeah.
at us definitely counts as illegal.
Yeah, they've shot at a Federation shuttlecraft.
They already shot at us.
Okay.
Yeah, they shot at the craft, but
Therefore, we are totally justified in all of our violent actions.
Absolutely. It was kind of useful. They've already given you the justification for
Yeah.
everything else you're about to do.
Well, self-defense.
the Romulans shot first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Without healing or anything.
Right for us.
I mean, we
There's
do
like,
have
oh.
okay. Alright.
Okay.
So, return fire? I guess?
Well, they haven't shot at you yet.
Oh, right.
You've noticed them
Hiding behind
first.
rocks.
Is there any evidence that they've seen us?
None yet. However, in about 30 seconds' time, they will definitely see the shuttlecraft.
Right.
and radio that in. So
Jumping them time?
Possibly, we have a Romulan with us.
He is in his full Tashiar uniform.
Yeah. That's. They don't-
He's
they
not
want
dressed
to
like a
see that
mercenary.
strip. They want to see the
Oh, yeah,
Federation.
they're mercenaries, right? Okay.
hang on.
They're not gonna. I mean, I could go up and say, "Hey, how's it going?"
Are there any on our crew that would
I'm
have
gonna-
the
before they see
mind
us-
to-
I'm going to try and set up an additional jamming, an additional signal jamming from using my tricorder.
Yep. You're scanning for their frequencies.
Or no, I'm trying to also jam communications so they can't radio back.
Yeah, you'll need to know what frequencies they're using.
Oh yes, okay. So that would be what? Operate?
Yes, mental and operate.
Okay. Science officer applies.
Yes.
By the way, would any of our crew have had the presence of mind to dress as mercenaries?
Oh, God.
No, the rest of them are in
Alright.
full
No.
uniform. At least it's the DS9 style uniform, so it's not as brightly coloured
Yeah.
as like next gen.
We blend in
Okay,
blend in
that's
a
much
little
better
bit.
than my last roll.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yes. Okay.
Yep, so you successfully
works.
jammed their communications as well.
Correct.
You see them
Right,
tap on their badges, trying to contact base, but they don't appear to be having any success.
Marmalade
And
is a
also-
strawberry.
Big success too. So that's nice.
Also a D10 big damn hero die.
Yeah. That's pretty good. Agreed. Hey, Valk. Agreed. Put in there for. Okay.
So that's bought you a few seconds, or a few minutes at least.
Well, so they can't call for help now. If you're going to jump him, now's probably the time.
Yeah, jump them. Jump them,
Alright.
boys.
Okay. We're going to combat. Who do you want to go first? Victor?
Yes.
Okay. Romulan grunts are D8 each.
All right. Get him.
There's 3 of them. Victor has the ability physical and shoot, a D10 and a D12. Would anybody like to shoot for Victor?
Was it a D10 and a D12?
Yes.
All right, I can do that.
We've still been expecting him to die, so he hasn't got any useful distinctions you can use, but he knows how to shoot.
All right.
Not
He's our
distinctions that
mall
you've got listed on the sheet anyway.
Just a D10 and a D12, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Victor, your fate is in my hands.
May God have mercy on your soul.
Victor aims his shot, but it just goes wide.
Can I use my big time hero die to influence him?
No.
Aww.
Shut down. No dice.
Sorry about that.
Literally no dice.
Literally.
So yes, so Victor's shot misses. So he passes to Gob and Lynn, who operate under the same rules as mercenaries. So they are just 2d8s, and you roll for both of them together. So if somebody would like to roll 2d8s for Gob and Lynn.
Sure.
They also miss.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Wow.
Why do we have them?
So there's plenty of phaser and disruptor fire going back and forth now. None of it's anybody.
This is a proper TV battle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm likely to say, God, you people are incompetent.
Yeah.
And fire myself.
Did,
Well, that's-
did Lloyd
that's the
write
thing.
the Stormtrooper training manual by accident?
Yeah.
Maybe.
So Gob and Lynn get to pick who go next in the combat order, and so they will let Sub-Commander Solius have a go.
All right.
So that will be
Physical-
physical and shoot, plus you'll get a d6 for your disruptor.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Hey,
And
got him.
that's how you shoot.
Yep.
2 natural 8s.
So you get a hero dice, a d8, and you hit one of the Romulans. Do you want to describe what happens?
So let's say he's at the top of the ridge. Managed to clip him in the shoulder. He comes tumbling down the ridge towards us, giving us a wonderful Wilhelm scream while he does.
Ah!
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, now you get to pick out of who hasn't gone, who goes next to shoot.
Well, since I've just shown him up, let's make Raniko go.
Oh, great. Yes. Well,
I'm imagining the polite exchange of Captain.
after you. Yeah.
Your shot, sir.
Okay. Well,
I imagine it
this
started
seems
with, like-
easy for me.
I
Let
just
me-
started with like, be my guest, Commander Solius. And then,
Okay.
Oh, it looks like some emergency reinforcements may have just beamed down to the planet.
somehow.
I'm sorry I woke up late.
Standing by, Commander.
Okay. So.
Hello.
Hello. I need to shoot, which is of course a sterling D4.
Yep,
Oh,
and
lovely.
And
physical.
and physical, which is sterling D6.
But you still only have to beat a 5.
Only.
It's just a 5. It's not a 10.
Yeah,
That's a 9. That's a 9.
yeah, that's a success. So, describe
I
what happens
believe
to the Romulan you
every-
shoot.
I believe every time I have shot, I have been successful.
That's good.
Yeah,
It says,
Um,
Commander goes, that's one.
yeah, that's one. You know, special effect number 3, red line, straight
Yep.
to the Romulan, and we will move on to Vernon
Okay.
to see what he can couple together.
So how many of them are left?
1.
Okay. I'm just gonna shoot him. I'm just gonna
Yep.
try shooting him. If there's only one of them, I don't need to make some sort of gadget to take them out.
I mean, do we still have... No, the teleporter gun wouldn't be very useful anyway.
No,
yeah, we
literally
can't
can't
actually
that-
teleport. It's all being jammed. So it was, remind me, keep physical.
Physical and
Does that
shoot.
mean you don't dismaterialize, or you just don't rematerialize?
Well, because it requires an uplink to the actual transporter. It's basically
Yeah.
and that is what is severed right now. It just would do squat. You'd be shooting them with this tiny little useless dart.
Darn.
Okay, so
I was imagining the
D6.
coffee gun from Gmod.
So physical and troop, D6, D4. All right.
Did we need reinforcements? Who's good at shooting? Copy, paste, 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 paste.
I don't
tired.
need to do keep highest two because it's just a D6 and a D4. But whatever. Oh well, there it is.
Well, balls.
That's why there's like 4 more people who can shoot.
Yeah, well, your shot goes wide, but the Romulan returns fire at you. But his shot is wide as well.
Hits Victor
But-
square in the chest. No.
It dings the shuttlecraft,
Not the paint job.
scorches the paintwork, but somehow he didn't run out before. But now that the shuttlecraft is under fire, Commander Jenkins flees from the shuttlecraft where he's apparently been hiding instead of attending his sensitivity training.
He was hiding in the in the overhead bulkhead.
Yeah. He's got no clue where he is,
He wants
what
to
the
shove
mission
it
is.
along.
All he knows is somebody just shot at him.
He slept through the maneuvers we did, or is that what woke him up?
That's probably what woke him up. He's been trying to get out of that bulk, the locker.
I
The
was gonna say, are
shot
we sure that awkward
is
fart
what
got
released
way
the
over
catch
his,
for
I was
him.
gonna
burn
say
it?
that's what worked him up. Like the maneuvers were fine. That's what woke Jenkins up.
What's this?
We just worked you into the plot. Instead of the sensitivity training like he was meant to be, Jenkins was just hiding out on the shuttlecraft that's now been used for an operation.
I was watching the online seminar.
Because we haven't used the Lady Jane before, so who would look there?
Yes.
Yep, and
the
so he
bulk.
was in the Lady Jane. He was woken up by
What's the name
some
of the-
extreme piloting shenanigans as you were coming down to this planet. But unfortunately, he was trapped inside the overhead locker that he was in. However, a stray disruptor bolt from the Romulans rocked the shuttlecraft slightly and has now freed him from his overhead locker.
Is this hazing? Is that what's going on? Is this haze? Is that? I get it. I'm a good sport. I get. Wait, why are there Romulans?
Yeah, so you're on this sparse, barren, grey planet that looks like a Welsh quarry. Your team is sort of 20-25 metres away, shooting at a Romulan. There's a Romulan with them shooting at the other Romulans, along with a very tall, blonde-haired Starfleet captain that you don't recognise.
When you say with them, is he behind them, in the middle of them, or in front of them?
In the middle of the group, hiding behind the same boulder as some of them.
That's against regulations.
And so,
Okay.
yes, Vernon, your choice for who goes next in combat order.
All right. Let's see who's left and who hasn't shot yet. Blodwyn, you're good at killing things. You go next.
How far away are the Romulans?
There's just
About 10 metres. You could close that gap if you wanted to.
Time to kill.
get him.
Time to drop kick some people.
Yeah.
Leroy Jenkins.
Right, so that will be physical.
Physical and fight for you.
And your duck tongue and your specialty in duck tongues.
And your scrapper.
A large portion of your character is designed to kick lots of butt.
And because she is a Clearboo, she is a bit predisposed against Romulans, so...
Romulans have no honor.
Yeah.
Interestingly spec'd into kicking butt, but not taking names.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I think I got it
Your
all.
spec.
Yeah.
But considerably kicked.
that
Yeah.
Romulan is dead. Would you like to describe how you destroy that Romulan while I give you another hero dice?
Run towards dodging the inevitable disruptor shot. then a jump kick to the face, closely followed by a punch in
Okay.
the face, and probably a deck tang to the chest then.
Yeah.
Told
gonna
you.
Take advantage of your
I
one
said-
jinx and give you a small bruise in response.
You might want to have Solius roll for brown trousers again.
I have to say, I said that she was the only competent member. Qualified pilot that we had.
Yes.
So that's the Romulan scouting party taken care of. You may now proceed to the top of the ridge and inspect the base.
I'm just gonna check the bodies
Yeah.
Well,
first.
I assume also that Jenkins has caught up to us as well.
Jenkins,
Yeah.
you may want to grab one of the disruptors.
Hello. Yes. Okay. Why?
Well, I assume that you did not bring a phaser with you, as you invited yourself to this
Did I bring a phaser?
ground mission. Weren't you meant to be attending some sensitivity training?
I was absolutely attending that sensitivity training. It was the online seminar that I was attending.
Okay, I can't actually hear Nav.
For in person.
I was paying very
Can everyone else hear Nav?
dedicated attention.
I can hear now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely didn't
Okay,
fall
yeah, I
asleep.
can't hear anything from him.
Try reconnect.
What?
Kem,
Kem can't hear you.
Saying.
Oh.
Uh, probably just roll 20 being weird.
Yeah.
Commander Jenkins, I scheduled you for
How about now?
in-person sensitivity training.
How about
Say
now?
again, Nav?
Hello?
Yep, I hear you now.
Yep.
There we go.
Everything is fine.
Definitely was at that training at the online seminar. Definitely wasn't asleep. Definitely don't know how I got in that.
Strange. Strange that the council mentions that it was online. That it was in-person training.
I had a special dispensation because of space sickness.
Well, this is all very amusing and will be very interesting to go into later. Right now, we have hostile forces that probably will want to know what has happened to their scouting party. So you should get a gun.
Yes, sir.
Yep, so you can scavenge a disruptor pistol from one of the Romulans.
And make sure that Solius is not grabbing anything else.
Yep, and we're going to take a short break there while I get some water, and then we'll let Solius loot the bodies as well. While we do that,
Yes,
we'll get
I'll
Nav
do
up
it.
to speed on the rest of the mission. Okay,
Sounds-
see you in a moment or two.
Gonna get
just
some water.
gonna-
Be right back. Yeah, I will grab a drink as well. BRB.
Everybody water.
I think Nav may have cut out on me again, but they left me alone in the chat.
Oh yeah, the hottest of mics.
Okay.
Mike's back to hot. Main screen on.
We get signal. Wait, no, wait. There's a thing for this now.
Yeah, there is.
Whoop whoop.
Okay, so Uno, what did you want to learn about the bodies of these 3 Romulans?
Just if they've got any identifying stuff on them, perhaps codes, orders, that sort of thing.
No orders or data pads. You do notice they're all wearing customized dog tags, which has got their names on them, and the little emblem of Drupal's band of mercenaries.
Do they have communicators?
Yes, they've all got chest-based communicators, which obviously you jammed, and they're all carrying disruptor pistols. Standard
Take one
issue
of the
Romulan
communicators
disruptor pistols.
and start analyzing it, trying to figure out what frequencies are not jammed around here.
Giddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just so in case, like obviously they would hear anything we say over these communication channels because they're the
Yeah.
ones they use. But it would be nice to, like, in case of emergencies, be able to just start shouting.
So that'll be your
We
mental
do
and
have a
operate
Romulan
again.
who could be shouting commands in Romulan.
Any of you
A
understand Romulan?
17 to beat.
It's not that much different from English.
Okay. So I'm going to be using my tricorder for this, and operate, and know, and mental, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Well,
Big Damn Hero Dice time.
not for you.
Or no, I'm using my Big Damn Hero Dice.
Oh, right. I see.
This is a D10.
yep. That'll cost you a plot point.
Yep. Okay. Everything is fine.
Yep.
All right. All right.
So you're able to isolate their comm channels, and isolate exactly which frequencies you should jam if you want to block their comms frequencies. At the moment, you're just doing general broad spectrum jamming. So there's nothing so far out there that's not covered in jam.
Okay.
Just spreading jam all over the town.
It's like the Franklin just vented its jam tanks directly on the space. It's gross, it's
But if
sticky,
I
there's
could
jam
disable my
everywhere.
jamming and then use their communication channels in case of an emergency.
Yep.
Okay. Just want to have that option.
Yep. So that is available to you.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, point of note. Obviously one of those Romulans is very, very dead. The two of you that did shoot, were you set to stun or kill?
Well, the two people who hit them.
Yes. So Uno and Raniko. Would you have been set to stun or kill?
Come in peace, shoot to kill. This was a hostile environment that already tried to shoot us down.
Well, this is
It's
primarily an
a
arrest
disruptor.
mission.
I don't think it has a stun setting.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I would say Uno's disruptor, probably not.
Okay, so they're all dead. You don't need to stun
Everyone.
them up.
Yeah.
These men are
They
dead.
vanished from the plot.
They are no longer relevant. Did Sub-Commander Solius find anything on the bodies?
So yeah, he just found name tags. He didn't find any
name
Romulans
tags.
or anything like that.
Okay. Cool.
Captain,
Has anybody introduced Commander Jenkins to Sub-Commander Solius?
I mean, I know his name.
I didn't want to risk any diplomatic incidents, so no.
I took the wrong ship.
There's not
I was
incidents
going
or
to,
against regulations.
Was going to say to Captain Highwater that I was a little bit concerned that Captain Yanko doesn't seem to have full control of his crew. if people can be hiding aboard shuttlecraft without his knowledge.
Yes, Captain Highwater says I'm probably going to be submitting a disciplinary note to Starfleet Command. She's like, although I'm pretty sure I do remember Commander Jenkins from somewhere. His face seems familiar.
No, it doesn't.
Captain, if I may, a suggestion for the future: shoot to stun. We need somebody to interrogate after all this is done.
Yeah, I will take that under advisement.
All right,
Okay.
let's go.
Okay, so you reach the top of the ridge, and what you see in front of you, the initial set of buildings of prefabs are the Federation standard ones. These are a bit smaller than the Romulan ones that have been deployed as the rest of the base. But each of the 3 modules closest to you does have an entrance hatch. However, from the outside, you're not able to determine what's in each of these modules.
Does there appear to be anyone outside?
No guards mounted outside. You see, the 2 corner buildings both have a disruptor bank mounted to the top, but it is mounted in such a way to be for aerial defense. They don't look like they will angle low enough to actually hit the ground.
So we should be able to get up there.
Well, let's go.
All right,
Victor taking point, as before.
so we'll head that way.
Jenkins is
Now
in the
that
back.
Commander Jenkins is here, shouldn't he take point?
No, I'm pretty sure that the head of the hazard team should take point.
Yeah, that is that's absolutely against regulations, Counselor. Wait, why are you even here?
Reasons. We figured our comms might be jammed, and it was better than leaving her on the ship to do nothing.
Fair enough. I completely accept your reasoning, Captain. But I am going to take my correct position behind everyone else, as regulation states.
All right.
I don't know if the captain would
By
have
the
something
ca-
to say about
No,
you
by
being
first
behind him
officer-
again.
You can check that in the regulations. It's got like an edited note on it.
This
First
page
officer goes last.
This page was last edited by.
I want to read. I want to read it.
Big edited by Big Wilbur J at hotmail.com.
Citation needed.
Yeah.
I like to think Captain Highwater is taking notes.
Yes,
A lot
absolutely.
of notes.
Yes.
Captain, do you remember the first time you met Jenkins? I suggest you put him in front of the hazard team. Sit them as far as away
No, as long
from
as
you
he is in
possible.
front of me, the lesson has been learnt.
So you're both at the back.
I already stated well a while ago that I was
Oh,
leading.
in
from
that
the
case,
rear.
I will happily take up my correct position of in front of the captain and behind all the rest of you.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yes. That is my chief objection to the previous plan.
Okay.
My
How
apologies,
many of
Captain.
you have tricorders out?
I have tricorder.
I have tricorder, obviously.
3. All of you with tricorders, I would like you to roll mental and notice.
Is this a hazard?
Mental
It is
and
indeed a hazard.
That applies.
Mental and notice. All right.
Widdly,
Mental and notice.
Where's notice?
Ooh, I don't think that there will be that much noticing happening.
Oh, okay, 6. Right. Ooh, okay.
Whoops. Ace.
D10 and a D6.
Ah. Wait, what?
But it's just it's mental and notice.
And
Notice
any
that number isn't
applicable
correct at all.
skills.
Yeah, whenever Keith
Oh.
asks you to roll something, just
Oh.
apply any distinctions you have that are you
Uh,
think relevant. And
yeah.
ask.
Oh.
Oh,
Let me just see if I don't.
I
know
also
if
forgot science off.
Oh. If I had if this
Sorry,
was focus,
I
could
messed up
use
that roll real bad.
I'll let you
Okay,
redo that.
Oh, look, it's the cat pin.
Just the whole thing, or
Oh,
All right, I just have D10.
That's
stick.
actually less helpful than it could be. Okay.
okay?
Whoa!
Right, now
Yeah,
I'll try
that's
this
better.
one. I got 10. So I didn't notice anything. But
I have relevant things here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alex.
I'm
As
banging
the
my
hazard team-
tricorder against the rock somewhere.
Yeah. As
on, work.
as the hazard team gets to the foot of the ridge, you notice a small distortion on your tricorder just in front of Victor.
Victor,
Don't tell him, Pike.
I am telling him. Victor, look out!
Victor stops suddenly. And just in front of him, the air shimmers ever so slightly just above the ground.
oh, Houdini's.
And I was like, there are cloaked defenses ahead of us.
Yep, absolutely. As a cloaked mine just by his feet.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, this is good.
Is my notice roll good enough to to identify the mines in the area?
Yes. Now that you've noticed the weird distortion on your tricorder, you can spot the mines and safely plot a path through them.
Okay, we gotta move.
You
like
know
this
there's
to
a
get through
safe
here?
path because the Romulans came out this way.
Yeah, there's a safe path. They just don't want anyone else walking on it, so it has like weird double backs that are irritating.
And this is why there's no guards and there's no defences. At least none you can see.
Yeah, because they were invisible.
Yep. Was this close to killing Victor.
You're not
Said,
going to get there.
Don't tell him, Pike. Don't tell him.
So yes, you're able to guide the units through.
And the big damn hero dice is 5 over.
It is indeed. So yes, you are owed a big damn hero dice. Which was a D8.
Might be an idea when we get to the other side of the minefield. Could we reprogram those mines to be of use to us?
I don't think they're programmed. They're just
No,
kind of.
They will go off to anybody who steps on them.
Yeah.
It's a mine.
They're not IFF mines. Otherwise, they wouldn't have a
They're not
path.
like the
They
ones
just
in
walk
the
through it.
outside, and you can basically reprogram and move and.
Nah, they're just mines. They're just there.
Yeah. The Romulans know
Let's
where they
not,
are. They
do
know
not
the
mess
place.
with the minefield right now.
Don't
It is
touch
just
it.
a proximity mine. By the way, do not try to walk through a minefield.
That's about good advice.
We just did that, but
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
This is hard-won life advice from Jekyll the player, not
Yes.
Yes.
character.
This is coming from Jack the player. Do not walk through a minefield.
Alone.
sense.
That was the important bit.
Yeah.
Yes, that's probably it.
All right.
So we will make our way through.
So we
Yep.
get to the
I'd
other
say
side.
props to them for actually using something that can't be used against them as effectively.
True. It can't be turned on though.
And so the path brings you to this building.
Wait. Sorry. Which one?
The rightmost.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Top right.
Houdini mines. They just
a
pop up
Houdini?
and kill you, I guess.
Yeah.
Near
You,
the-
so
near
you
the
can't see
gen
them.
pit.
You've got no idea whether you're going to hit step on one or not.
All right. So we get to that building.
Yep.
Can we get inside? Is there a door?
As an electronic lock.
And then Vernon will attempt to hack his way into the lock.
Yep.
So
That will be mental and operate.
okay.
Unless you want to justify that being a fixed roll.
Vernon could certainly fix a door to open when it isn't supposed to,
Yeah. I think.
but that's probably not the actual application of the skill.
I know.
I don't know. If
I know,
from your
it's-
point of view, a door that doesn't open when you tell it to is broken.
Well, okay. I'm trying to interface with it with my tricorder and trying to get Is it Federation tech?
Yes, these
It is
6
Federation.
buildings are Federation tech.
Oh, okay.
The big tower is Romulan.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, rather than using a thing, I will use my galvanized impact resonator,
Yep.
my special hammer as a D6,
Yep.
which is what it is. So it's it's mental,
Operate.
and hammer. Okay.
Yep.
D10, D8, D6. Got it. And keep 2 highest, right?
Yep.
Because I've only had to roll 2 dice so far. And D8, D6. KH2. I gotta beat a 9. Okay. It's happening a lot this session.
Hatch, you can't have a space between KH2 and...
Yeah, that's only an 8, I'm afraid.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what I
either
messed
way-
up earlier, and also I used the wrong dice.
Okay, well, it's the same result either way, so
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah, so that is an 8. So, unfortunately, you don't succeed in opening the door.
I'm trying to just hack into it, but it's not.
However,
responding.
the control panel is
Sorry,
now
I'm having a
smashed
phone call.
thanks to your impact resonator.
Is what?
The control panel is now smashed thanks to the application of
Oh,
a very
whoops.
annoyed impact resonator.
Ah. Well.
Oh,
Just
oops.
whoops. So okay. Well, door's busted. I tried, but it's broken beyond all repair. Maybe.
Only there was some form of an explosive device nearby that could be used to blow the door open.
Yeah, if you want to try picking one up.
You can carry
I mean,
it.
it's only the keypad that's now damaged.
Yeah, only the keypad.
So can we like reach into the guts behind it and just like pull out the connectors and try to work and plug it into a tricorder and work from there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give that a shot.
Okay.
It's like, strunk, punch.
Just take the
And-
tricorder event. Like, give me that.
Or no, more specifically, hey, thanks for like giving me access to the area behind the place with a lot of the security. So that's operate. And my tricorder. And science officer. Okay, I got there, but
Yep.
not by a lot.
I'm going to give you a complication.
Okay.
Sorry.
Which
I'm
is
like,
an
oh,
electrical burn.
Yeah, I was like, ow!
Poking around in there.
All right.
That's only a d6. But yes, you successfully open the door.
Right.
This room appears to be used as some form of garrison.
I knew it. I knew there'd be a garrison on the Boros planet.
Garrison on Boros 4.
A garrison for how many people?
About 15. 15.
15.
Okay.
Okay.
1
5.
One is manageable, the other is worrisome.
Yes.
Are
Yeah,
they
you've got
in the
a
map?
small armory to one side, a set of bunks to the other, a couple of nice private rooms, presumably for the higher ups, a small mess hall in the middle. This
Wait, you said
whole
an armory.
unit is sort of a self-contained. It's about 30 meters square, 30 meters each side.
Is there anyone in there at the moment?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay.
However,
You
you
said
do
armory.
notice that although they're not flashing, the red alert lighting is activated. So there's red, but the noise and the flashes have been cancelled.
Because because we did the flyover earlier and they tried to shoot us.
Right.
Or because you opened the door.
Either one. Either way,
Either one. They know we're here.
Yeah.
Anyways, armory. I want to take a look at that.
Yes. It's docked with standard Romulan disruptor pistols, some disruptor rifles, also a couple of Federation issue weapons, some phasers, some rifles, and also some Ferengi weaponry as well. Considerably lower quality. Looks like it'll fall apart as soon as you try and fire it.
Okay.
You do notice
How
though that
much does Reynolds know about know about that? Because
Reynolds, the character, knows more about Ferengi than Yakava, the player. Let's put it that way.
yeah, so
Nobody
the
uses
Ferengi are a race of small orange aliens with giant ears who value profit above all else. Think of them as a race of Donald Trumps. And
That
just
one
about
doesn't
there.
know.
They treat women about the same way as well.
That's true.
They build everything as cheaply as possible and sell it for the highest possible price.
Well, it depends which faction you're talking about at the minute.
Yeah.
This is, this is post-Dominion War.
This is post-Dominion War. So the Ferengi are currently undergoing something of a renaissance under Grand Negus Rom,
Oh yeah.
who is bringing in rights for women. They're now allowed to wear clothing and own
good.
property and
run
earn
business.
money.
Yeah.
So there's currently a bit of a conflict going on in the Ferengi. The traditionalists who believe that women should be naked at all times and are basically property, and those who, in the very much the minority, actually believe in being decent people. So yes,
Oh,
describing them as a race of Donald Trumps is... Yeah.
Not
Sorry,
inaccurate. Yeah.
not even 1,000 interruptions. Yes, what did I miss?
We
I
found
got
an
one.
armory and a garrison.
Excellent.
And there's some
The-
high-quality Ferengi weaponry.
The key thing about the armory is there's only sort of like 2 or 3 of each item left. There's quite a few empty slots.
Yeah, Federation style rifle.
Are there Federation rifles?
Yeah.
Federation rifles
Nothing
and
going on
phaser
there?
pistols if
I
you wanted
asked
to upgrade from your
I asked
disruptor.
Victor to hand me one.
Yep.
I grab one for myself.
We can upgrade our weapons if we want.
Yeah, I mean, Victor and Co. already got rifles anyway, so
All right.
Did you say there wasn't any Klingon weaponry there?
no. This is a Romulan facility.
Is that going down as an asset, or shall I just like?
You just have it. Normally, on Ops, you would have your standard issued phaser. Just because of the way you arrived into the story, you don't. So
Yep, that's fine. Works for me.
it
That's
would have
fine.
been a
I've got-
disadvantage to you to not have your phaser specialty.
Yeah, so I have a phaser rifle now, so that's fine.
Yes.
All right. That's good.
Yeah.
So should we? So we're in the top right one
So we're
there.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Suggestions, crew?
Sweep
Are there any
the
kind of
shoot
sensor
the gun.
panels or?
Now we've secured the armory, we should make sure that they can't get.
Suggest we
Added.
move on the command center,
Yeah.
which presumably is in the tower.
He's good. I like him.
I still suggest shooting to stun because we still need to be able to interrogate people after all this mess.
Yes, that
Okay.
is a good idea. Sets to kill.
Also, we should
I will
probably make sure that
I
this.
will disable, presuming that there's not far too many weapons in here to do it. Disable the Romulan tech.
Yep. You can
Yeah,
very easily. They're all kind of plugged into charge, so you could just overload the charging system and basically burn out the rest of the weapons.
Excellent.
Yeah, I don't care about the
Vernon,
fed stuff. I only care about the
Disable these guns, please.
And I,
Or would it be Vernon or?
I mean, if you want
Vernon or Havoc.
Do you
Yeah.
want them made better? Sir,
I can,
Vernon,
well, I'll tell
we
you,
could improve them.
Lieutenant Lloyd, please ensure these guns cannot be used.
no problem.
Okay, we will maintain a safe distance while we will go towards the tower, and Vernon can be left to bring down the entire building.
I suggest you do it quickly. Time is of the essence here.
Yep.
So we go this
so
way.
Just to be clear, you want these weapons taken care of.
Yes,
Yes.
Okay. Well, so
I feel that this is an unambiguous statement that cannot possibly be misinterpreted.
Vernon.
That's why you're the captain, sir.
Vernon's just looking and thinking. Vernon scoops up the weapons into his hands, goes outside, remembers where the minefield is, and just throws them at the mines. The most
That's
efficient use of my time.
That's efficiency, sir.
That's efficiency.
That's a plot point. That's amazing. I hadn't even thought of that.
Stone. Very
Also clears out the
explosive
mines if we need to
stone.
run away.
Yeah, there's just a big explosion, and
So, do we go left or right?
So just Vernon just like throws them out, turns around, and then explodes behind him. Like, there you go, Captain, taken care of.
As the explosion happens,
Okay.
his goggles like fall down onto his eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Captain Highwater sort of
of
nods in approval, grabs her pad, jots down a quick note, and puts it back.
Well, if they didn't know we were here before.
Oh, they did. They did.
So Commander Jenkins leans over surreptitiously to Captain Highwater and is like, Captain Nienko taught him everything he knows. And then looks like and he shoots the captain like a got your back kind of look.
When you do that, she looks at you again and sort of pauses a moment, and then is just like, Willie.
Uh-oh.
No one's
Little
ever
Willie
called me that.
Jenkins.
Big Willie.
That's why I remember you. Little Willie Jenkins from the Academy.
Little Willie.
Ship, one to beam out.
The comms aren't working.
One to beam out.
Comms are down right now.
Commander Jenkins, we have to disable their jamming signal before you can beam out.
Let's move to the tower, shall we?
Slamming it up.
Dear diary.
I would suggest that we go south and then go
Yep.
west.
All right.
Yep.
So,
Let's do that.
Presumably the door opens.
Yeah, the internal doors are not locked. So you're able to move into the next unit. This one has a couple of facilities, but is primarily designated as a med bay.
Okay.
So
And
there's
empty
some medical
as well?
supplies, and a few other bits in there. A couple of beds.
Any of the
full
beds
medical
occupied,
scanner.
or is it empty?
Also empty. And again, also red alert lighting activated.
Okay.
Is there anything we
Cruz
can
put
access
out-
to turn the alerts on?
Yeah, there's computer access panels all throughout in here, and they're all Federation standard ones in this area.
Commander Reginald, deal with that. Hazard team, check the place for booby traps. Everyone else, see if you can find anything useful.
Okay.
so we rate the stocks.
Yeah, get some medical supplies.
Well,
Yup.
presumably you're already carrying emergency med kit, Councillor,
Oh yeah.
Yes.
as you are the one with the medical training.
Of course,
And
but
you didn't
never
bring
hurts
a
to
nurse
have
or an
more.
orderly with you?
I suggest, since we're in the med bay, that you check for any illegal.
I would also like.
Quality
to-
pharmaceuticals?
Can
Yes.
someone check the medical records? That should give us a list of people on the base.
Yeah, you
yes,
can get a
sir.
list of personnel. That's easily available in the computer system.
I'll do
Uh,
that.
That confirms that there are about 15 people. 3 of the
15
names...
left or 12 now?
12 now. I was going to say,
Well,
3 of the names match the dog tags that Uno found elsewhere.
See, if it were me, I'd put a load of fake names in there as well.
Turns out,
Circumstances.
whoever's working with Drupal is really, really organised and has just documented everything.
I like this person already.
Are they all Romulans as well?
Yes, they're well, mostly Romulans. One human name
Oh.
and one Ferengi name.
What's the human
What's
name?
The human name.
The human name is Jumla, Daniel Jumla.
Yeah, you did.
Oh
That
yeah,
would
you
be-
teased that. at the beginning.
Words about that one.
Yeah.
Ferengi?
Yep, the Ferengi is Damon Bok.
Wait a
And
minute.
as a test, what are the other names?
I know that.
The rest of them I didn't bother coming up with. They are nameless Romulans.
Romulan.
1 to
Romulan 1,
14.
Romulan 2.
Yeah.
No, sorry, 1 to 12.
13.
And the
Oh, yeah,
remaining
no,
one
Keith.
is Drupal.
Keeb, you didn't. You did. Oh my god, you did.
Yeah,
You monster.
Drupal and
Why would you
Jumla.
remind me of that episode of TNG, you horrible monster?
Wait, which one?
It's Bok is
The
the
one
one
with the cards
like with the
on.
whips where they tried to introduce the Ferengi as a big threat, so they beat
Oh,
the
yes.
Enterprise.
Oh, that was.
I knew the name was familiar. I couldn't remember where I came from. But
It's the one where like Riker's like, "Oh no, a whip!"
it's not intended to be the same guy. It's
Oh,
just
okay, fine.
it's a common surname.
Fine.
Bok was the guy with the Stargazer as well.
Yeah. I probably why
We
I was
just
thinking about his name
listening
because we've
to
been
the
talking about
Ferengi.
that recently. But yes, and yeah, Drupal and Joomla and Bok are the three named ones. There is a guest listed as well, but no name against the guest.
Okay, everyone,
Um,
find what you can.
The other half of the medbay is a lab setup, and it does look to be dedicated to creating some pharmaceuticals.
Ah,
Ooh, it's a meth lab.
Basically, it's a Romulan meth lab. Yes.
science officer. Get me samples.
Well, we need to analyze it to see what they've been cooking
The
up.
council is probably already at that.
And some to organize, and some to research.
Basically, at this point, the counselor has a backpack that's just bulging with all the things she just looted.
Yeah, I don't think
Very
Highwater
guiltily.
or Solis would be allowing you to
Yeah.
completely take all the
Yeah.
contraband that's here.
Also,
Or-
bear in mind, you're also carrying one of the pattern enhancers.
Yes,
Yes.
it's
That's-
bolted to the side of the pack.
I will look after the samples. It is fine.
It is contraband.
Yes, as per regulations, I will be disposing of it, and also
I'm pretty
keeping
sure we
some
will be
to
using.
research.
I'll just
Will
dispose of it.
we-
I'll just dispose of it here.
Yeah.
There's a
We've
wait. There's
got- we've
You
got
need-
an
you need me to
there's a
observer.
medical
dispose
waste
of it?
disposal
There's a-
unit.
There's a minefield that. Oh yeah, medical disposal. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. It does.
No, I was
suggest-
thinking medical supplies in the backpack, not any of the meth.
All
Do we
right.
not
I
want-
suggest Commander.
Do we not want to analyze any of this?
Well, we can analyze it with tricorder.
Okay, let's do
Get it
that.
here. We can scan it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's medical tricorders available.
Yeah, I will attempt to analyze it to understand if we're dealing with something particularly nastily illegal.
Just how illegal is this?
That'll be mental and operate, and your tricorder.
Mental. Yep.
Are we talking slap on the wrist or cut your hand off?
And tricorder and science officer because analysis.
Yay!
Hmm.
Yay!
Okay.
Yep.
There you go.
I'm not going to buy the jinx on there. I can't think of anything for
Okay.
that.
Get some up your nose.
Yeah,
he
that's
cuts himself on it and accidentally.
Yeah.
yep.
it's not the really illegal stuff, but it is illegal in the Romulan Empire.
What
Okay.
does it do to you?
It's like cocaine,
Okay,
Okay.
space cocaine.
fine. Okay, well, we'll dispose of this. It's highly against regulations. Yes,
Yep.
dispose of it. He disposes of it.
Yes. Okay. Moving on.
Make sure it's actually disposed of.
I'd be rolling if it wasn't.
Yeah.
Right, hazard team, move forward.
Okay. The
Next
next.
D4.
Sorry.
No. That's nothing.
Horsey to King Bish 3.
Yeah. So you now head to this room here. This room is currently mostly unused. There's nothing been installed in it yet. It's mostly just serving as a hub for all the other corridors coming in. I can voice.
You okay, Keep?
Yep,
You're right. Yeah.
I'm good. I can keep going. So it's just like a central hub. As soon as the
Still-
last one of you enters,
Mhm.
force fields slam down across all 4 exits.
This isn't right. We're smarter than this.
Are you?
Are we though?
We
How
were
long have you been
actually
in this
warned
ship?
about this.
Oh, and I sent the hazard team in, but you know.
Yeah,
Well, once everyone's inside.
once the last one of you got inside. So the hazard team determined it was safe. There was no traps. They swept the area. There was nobody there. You all came into the room, and then somebody turned the force fields on.
God,
Somebody's.
damn it.
I was wondering why we hadn't run into anyone. Someone's been monitoring
Yeah.
our progress.
A voice comes over the PA system.
Crew, search the room. I need options.
And it's like, what an interesting bunch of folks you are.
Us? Yes, we're very interesting.
A Starfleet crew and a Tal Shiar agent. What are you doing here, Solius?
It's like I recognise the voice of Drupal.
Yes, that's Drupal taunting you.
Ah.
Who's
I
having
think
an
you know why I'm here, Drupal. We've already got well enough proof to put you away. Why don't you make this easy on yourself? Let's have a chat.
You know better than that, Solius.
Come out with your hands up.
You know I don't betray my employer.
I'm back.
We've done the Tal Shiar enough favours over the years. Thought they'd agreed to leave us alone.
Well, we would if you hadn't pulled that operation on Picus 9.
This cultural exchange is really interesting, Captain. You listening to this? Great. I'm learning a lot.
Captain Nienko and Highwater. Never thought we'd see you back in the field, Nienko.
Yeah, I'm surprised they let me. It's taken a lot of work to get back to this point.
Highwater has a look on her face like she's reconsidering.
And the famous Captain Highwater, once the bane of the Tal Shiar, now working with them. This is a turn-up for the books.
Psst, Commander Reginald. Who is this guy?
I'm ignoring Jenkins.
He's like, well,
Psst.
I'm afraid you're all going to have to die now.
What's that? What's that, Lloyd?
Read the report. It's in the report.
Oh, okay.
Jumla, deal with them.
Begin the overly slow death trap.
Lower the ceiling at a rate of 1 inch a minute.
Bloodwind.
That is exactly how I feel whilst using Joomla.
This is what Bloodwind steps forward and says, well, I don't know who you are and I don't particularly care, but if we don't report back to the Franklin in 10 minutes, they're going to turn this planet into this particular part of the planet into a giant crater. So I suggest you surrender now.
Meanwhile, back on the Franklin, everyone's in the holodeck.
Exactly.
I mean, the Franklin only has a crew of 35, so with you lot gone, that's a considerable portion of the crew.
Yeah.
But they are demonstrably more competent now.
Yes.
Exactly. The overall
The average competency has gone up.
It's true.
has improved.
Basically, the ship crew levels up when we leave.
Yeah, they don't have any problems. If you ever noticed that,
Nothing goes
when
wrong.
we're not there, nothing goes wrong.
Overlifts work. There's a competent command crew. It's all great.
Oh, man.
The only thing is they have a small blind spot that leads them to believe that they're better off waiting for us to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not just like
Drupal
take
comes
off.
back over the comm.
Reported
in-
lost. Don't know what happened.
Yeah. Drupal comes back over the comm in response to Bloodwind, and he's just like, you really expect me to believe the Federation will kill their own command crew?
If we don't report back, then they'll assume that we're already dead.
I thought better of you than this. And as he says that, you see Joomla accompanied by 4 Romulans, 2 on either side of him, coming into this main corridor here. As force field slams shut behind them, and the one between them and you opens up, and they open fire.
Oh.
What actually is this room?
The room that we're in.
Yeah.
It's the
Like a
death trap
central-
room.
It's like a
the
central.
It's the death trap room. There's,
Oh, so-
there's a few boxes and crates and stuff you can hide behind.
It's done
just
up as
kind
like
of
a
like
connecting room.
Yeah, it's a connecting room that they just walk through every day. They dump a bit of stuff in, a bit of storage, like a garage.
It's the entryway, basically.
4 Romulans with him.
It's reception.
Yes.
lobby.
Alrighty.
5 people.
Okay.
I was like, well, it was worth a try.
Yeah.
So Jumla is also Romulan, right?
No,
That's-
Jumla is the human.
Oh, he's the human, right? Sorry. Okay.
He's the human mercenary fellow.
Yeah.
right,
Because
right.
he's named,
Sorry.
he rolls as a D10. So it's a
that's
D10 and 4 D8s you're facing.
I was
Does he have an eye patch?
And the D8s all roll together.
Yeah.
Okay.
With each Romulan you take out, you lose a D8.
Right. Makes sense.
If you kill Jumla, you take out the D10.
We should fight.
Yep.
Also, we are planning to arrest these people.
Yes.
So what you're saying is stun.
Yeah.
Stun-ish.
Shoot this gun.
Okay, who's
Okay.
shooting first?
Shoot to main.
At least make sure Jumla is still in a condition where we can question him. And you just hear that.
Actually,
from
sorry,
the
Jumla is
boxes.
going to shoot first. And
Yeah,
he's
that
going to
makes
shoot
sense.
at Victor, as Victor's on point.
Oh, here we
Would
go.
somebody like to roll defense for Victor?
What's he got?
I'm not sure. I never finished his character sheet.
12.
His character sheet says he's got D4s and everything.
Yeah, he's got a D12 in shoot, I think.
Yes.
Oh yes,
Something
okay,
in
right.
move too, right?
So physical and shoot.
He's got a 4 in move, so let's say he's got a D10
No,
physical.
I will roll defense for him.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
I'll roll defense for him.
I'm glad we're killing him off this easily. Thank you, Jack.
He's shooting back as this.
I mean, there is a jinx in there, but Victor doesn't have
Is
any
it
plot
going
points, so you can't buy it.
All right, Jack, roll defense.
That's
Wait,
not how that works, Keith.
Can I buy the jinx?
Yes, you can.
Oh, I'm gonna do that. But what's the
What
jinx
what
gonna
complication are you going to give the Romulans?
be? Bunched up.
Yep.
I'm gonna suggest a different one, which is distracted by the abs.
He's got his shirt on still.
Yeah, the abs aren't in play yet.
Really, you guys haven't been doing your jobs right.
But we've tried, but he keeps avoiding things.
Fair enough.
Maybe.
Yep. Okay, so you can spend a plot point.
I spent my plot point to do that.
We actually can't spend plot points from this screen because we
Yeah,
can't
we're-
see
Yes, I've just jumped back. That was your one plot point, Reynolds.
I know.
them. Nice.
And now the roll.
And roll to
Yep,
defense.
roll the
You
dice.
get an extra
Come on.
D6.
You get a
Shoot the
D6.
grenade from the air. Do it again. What? Oh, fuck. That's what.
I've got ultrasonic.
So dead.
Oh! Oh!
Hang on.
14,
14, 15, 16, 14, 15. Ah, it's not quite a.
Oh,
no,
and
it's not that it matters.
Oh, that's a bad miss.
Yeah. I mean, technically Victor should have rolled that first, but yeah, because he was
Yeah.
defending. Yeah. So Jumla just fires and just smashes Victor straight in the chest.
Now his shirt is ripped.
Touching death
With
scene.
the disrupt, are they using Federation weaponry or are they using Romulan weaponry?
Romulan weaponry. That is a disruption.
Oh dear.
Now, technically, Victor is a major GMC, so he earns complications. This
Shot
one
in the
though,
chest is a pretty major complication.
yeah,
That's
this is
pretty
going to be a
bad.
D8.
Chest wound.
Lack of
So
lungs.
Victor now has a D8 chest wound.
Yep.
Oh, well, that'll do it. Yeah.
Put that above a D12, and Victor is dead.
Oof.
Okay. Well,
The
focus
Romulans,
fire.
the Romulans throw to you guys and throw to Victor.
So,
Victor may now shoot at the Romulans.
That sounds like something he would
Get
do.
to safety.
Yes, he would valiantly try to defeat them.
Set the stakes, Gabe.
He throws himself towards the Romulan.
And explodes.
No, he shoots and then retreats.
Oh my god!
What in the world are you doing?
God's
What is
sake,
happening
stop
today?
this.
Wow, Keep's
Oh,
just rolled so many tens.
no.
Well, that's yeah.
Why are
That
there
does say
five
D.
D8s?
It's not just got.
Alright.
It's not a 10. I didn't leave the D off.
It's all about the D.
Oh. You did that as. Wait.
No, he
Yeah,
doesn't.
there's an extra D8 there.
Which is
Yes,
the,
that is Victor's complication.
that's the
Oh right, yeah,
complication.
you're right. Yep.
And there's the 4d8 is the Romulans, and the d10 is Joomla.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that makes sense. That was all I was confused about.
Wasn't working because it should be 1d10, but
No, if you just
No,
d10.
D10
Yes.
works.
See, you're
Yeah,
nicer
okay.
than I am, Keith, because I would have shot him in the crotch.
Eh,
I mean, any lower, and they might have risked hitting his abs and exposing those.
that's
fair.
that's not a complication. That's just
Yeah, it's an asset.
Yeah.
so
Roll if you're doing this,
Yes.
Jack. Do it again. Oh,
So Victor misses the Romulans. Does not hit any of them. They return fire, and he gets hit again.
he's a D10.
D10.
do that on a defense because he's attacking now.
I can choose to.
Yeah.
Yep.
What?
Sorry, Jack.
It's I can pick the failure states.
Yes.
Um,
So Victor throws to Councilor Reynolds.
Wait, hang on.
Wait, no, hold on.
No,
No, just a sec, Jack. Just slow down. So let me just clarify what happened here. So he misses, and then the Romulans return fire, hit him with a D10. Right?
He has a D10 complication currently,
He
yes.
has a
Yeah.
D10. Right.
2 more steps up and he's gone.
Okay. All right. So
Yes.
that's where we're at. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he is technically a GMC, so who does he throw to?
yeah. Victor would nominally throw to his hazard team.
That's the thing. Keith gets his.
Yes.
Or the ablative armor, as they've been previously known.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, would somebody like to roll 2d8s for the hazard team to take a shot at the Romulans?
Sure, I can roll 2d8.
Sure.
Oh, sorry, that's not correct. I need to drop the.
It
That'll-
didn't matter anyway. Okay, fine.
So roll 2d8. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
and get eights on both of them, or miss.
Yes.
Yeah, double eights.
I mean, you were halfway there.
Wow.
Almost.
You were halfway
I'm-
there. That's a jinx on the hazard team, if you like.
Attempt was
Yep.
made.
So, pick Gob or Lynn. They are getting killed.
Oh,
I think I'm going to go with Lynn.
I pick Lynn.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll keep
Sorry,
Gob.
Lynn.
Lynn is dead. Just, they're minor GMCs, so they get taken out in one hit.
Yep.
Okay.
He just gets hit by a disruptor bolt,
Well,
goes
there's the
flying back
requisite
across the room.
Well, they were
First in
they were
reserve.
named character. Well, they've been with us for a few episodes. And they're
That's
purple.
true. Yeah, this
purple
is
shirt.
an impactful thing. You're right.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
And who does the hazard team throw to?
Plodwin.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I would most likely. How far away are they?
They walked into the room with us.
Yeah, they're basically in front of you, 2-3 meters at most.
Okay. Banzai.
Punching distance.
Banzai.
some Klingon equivalent.
Yeah.
Today is a good day to die.
For you.
So I will set the stakes.
Ooh.
Rolling a bit lower now.
Yeah. Yeah. Probability will have that effect occasionally.
Occasionally.
Make sure I'm rolling the right thing here. So,
Ooh. Oh, could I do that?
No.
Yes.
I think
No.
I could.
No. I don't like that, man.
Bloodwin, would you mind throwing to me when it's in your turn?
sure, why not?
It's on Reynolds.
It's not how that works.
Oh, hang on. So I can get another D.
Yeah,
What?
that's a D12.
So
This is why we brought the captain along.
Do 2D12, 3D12.
Not yet, because it's not been his turn yet.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah,
has
he
to
can't
do
do that till his turn.
Yeah, I still don't understand.
Which, yeah. So,
Oh! Oh my god!
Blammo!
You're a goddamn machine!
That is an extraordinary success. So you take out 2 Romulans. Describe how you do it.
Basically, I run towards them, detang in hand, punch one in the face, punch the other one in the groin, punch it in the face, go to stab them.
Don't forget to set your detang to stun.
Taking them alive. So then I'll just headbutt them instead.
So there are 2 dead Romulans, or unconscious Romulans.
They're unconscious.
You are now in
very
the middle of this group of Romulans, though. You've distracted them sufficiently.
Like suddenly there was this like really irritated, a really dangerous tornado inside them.
Yeah. So they're a little bit distracted. So they're bunched up. Complication goes away, but they now get a disoriented D6 instead
Okay.
from the effects of Bloodwind's actions.
Cool.
Some sort
Also
of
known
blender.
as what the hell just happened.
And you were thrown to me, yeah?
I'll throw to Jenkins, yeah.
Yeah. Right, so I'm going to invoke my self-preservation instinct, number 2 trigger, called Pulling Rank, and I'm going to spend my plot point that I've got. I'm going to order someone else of a lower rank to perform a task that I should be doing. Lieutenant Victor, get in there and help Bloodwind.
Victor, to the front.
She's in danger. Help her, Lieutenant.
Yep. So because
Does it
she's...
give them an action right now, or
Yes, it does.
If Keith wants it to do that way,
It
then he can do
replaces
that way.
replaces Jenkins's action for the turn.
Okay.
in terms of the number of dice rolled, this is not a terrible idea. But in terms of keeping Victor alive, it is a terrible idea.
Well,
That's exactly why he's doing it.
yeah. Also, it
Are you
does
ordering
make sense
Victor to shoot the Romulans or to engage
Sorry,
at
what's
close
that?
quarters?
What's that, Cats?
Sorry, I was just saying, it does make sense for Jenkins to be like, you do this.
Yeah.
I'm running away.
And doing it before I have the chance to issue an order, which could potentially give him
Give him a
a
bonus.
further asset.
Oh, no.
So I the order I gave him was to help Lieutenant Jones. I don't believe you can really easily shoot into a brawl like that from where he is.
They dispersed a bit, right? Remember?
They're disoriented now.
Yeah, they're disoriented
Okay,
and spread
sure.
out.
So, but I did say get in there and help her. So how does he interpret that?
He's
Trying to
going
shoot
to
the
run
people
in there and
trying to
engage
kill-
at close quarters.
Oh, is
Okay.
he? I thought he might.
You had better roll for him, as you've ordered him
Okay.
to do this.
Right. I could. Should I lend him? No, I won't.
You're not lending anyone anything. You're looking out for yourself.
Well, I have the ability to do that. I just very often don't.
I can't see any way in which this goes badly.
This can't
No,
possibly go
definitely
wrong. Can't possibly go wrong.
D10 plus. I've spent my plot point, so I can't take advantage of that. He's got what, a D10 physical and a D what fight?
We'll give him a D8 fight.
Okay.
Actually, no, D10 I think would be fair for him.
Yeah.
He
D10.
does the hand-to-hand stuff just as well as he does the shooting.
I don't know that he has anything other than that. D10 and D10.
No.
Does that sound right?
That seems right. Alright, dice.
So they've got a complication.
Yeah, what is
Roll
it?
their D6.
It's a d6.
Plus D6. D10
Alright.
plus D6.
2d10 plus 1d6. Come on. Come on.
It's gonna. Oh.
Oh, those are drinks.
Oh, no,
There's a jinx,
no.
so that
Mm.
puts his wounds up to D12.
So is it over a d12?
Not yet.
Over a D12 it needs to
Well,
be.
no,
It's
no,
at D12 now.
Yeah, because he failed and there's a
Oh,
jinx.
he did.
Oh.
Next upgrade, because it can't go higher than a D12, that takes him out.
Well, no, so if you buy the jinx, that takes him out.
But that's up to Keep to do, right?
Yeah,
Well,
that's-
this time round, the failure state was just he would get engaged,
Oh, okay,
he wouldn't
yeah.
take damage. I'm
fine.
buying the jinx then to bump his.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's actually, that makes a lot more sense. You're right.
Okay.
So yeah, I will then throw to the captain.
Okay.
Captain, my captain.
And I'm issuing an order. Focus fire on Dumla.
Yep.
Stun him. So that's lead the crew, if someone then follows that order, I can spend a plot point and give them an asset
Okay.
of
Yep.
D12. So then I need to fire over to someone who hasn't gone yet.
Your options are anyone lower ranked than you, apart from Bloodwin.
Well, there's
And
two
me.
people of equal rank to you.
Oh
In
yeah.
Highwater and
Oh, yeah,
Commander
can you-
Zolius.
Yeah, you can throw to
Yes,
them.
but neither of them are members of my crew.
Oh, it
So-
doesn't apply to them, does it?
I'm gonna
Let's-
go over to Havoc.
Okay. Huh. I am not the fighting type. Let's see what we can do here.
I actually don't know what most people's stats are.
Well,
But yes,
You've exhausted
Quality
most of the
captain.
people with good
many
fighting
fighters
skills.
left.
Most of the people, most people with good fighting have already gone.
yeah,
I have good fighting stats. I just chose to use Victor.
Yeah, I know.
ran away.
Because you're a monster. I understand.
Brave
In-
Sir Jenkins ran away.
In my case, since I have they're wearing comm systems, right? Since I know the frequencies they're using, could I attempt to just send out extremely irritating and distracting
I know a song that'll get on your nerves. Get on your nerves. Get on your nerves. I
and
know
cause
a
them
song.
to be distracted and disoriented even more.
Yes.
Can you?
Mental and operate, please.
Yep. Just trying to like high pitched noises that keep them from being able to engage properly.
The only Romulans can hear.
Yes. or not. Well, they have a human too, so not only Romulans.
Okay, all right.
Like Miley Cyrus on repeat.
You better hope that their communications aren't on, like traditional Star Trek ones. Otherwise, we're all going to be hearing that.
Well, okay.
They're on different frequency.
Oh dear, no, keep just
Yeah, but
Well,
the personal communicator is pretty range sensitive, right? For this sort of thing. And actually, they're in the kind of narrow corridor.
yeah,
That's gonna be loud.
yeah, it's gonna be loud for
And there's
everybody.
two of your crew members stood next to them, engaged in hand-to-hand fighting.
Okay, never mind. I'll have to come up with a different idea. Can I just try, actually, in a similar way, could I try and overload their communicators?
Yes, you could attempt that.
Send a high end.
That'll be the same role for
them
defending.
tricorder bomb, isn't it?
Yeah, we did that. Or something like that previously.
So, science officer, tricorder, just like sending out. Oh, I have their jamming signals already, so I know what signals they're using. So I can just send in this thing that tends to cause feedback and this brand of communicator. So, well, that's roll. That's what I can do. Spending a point to keep it.
Ooh, nice.
Yep.
The 5 specifically.
Yep, that is an extraordinary success. So you get a D10.
Yep. So in that case, is that two of them then, or?
Yes, you take out the two Romulans. So all is left is Jumla.
Who, if someone actually attacks,
You
then
get a D12. Okay.
Who do you throw
as
to,
long
Havoc?
as it's crew.
I'm gonna throw to Solus.
All right.
Solius. Bleh.
Okay, so I will yell to Jumla, "Give it up! You can't win this," which he clearly can't. And then I will actually make sure that I'm on stun. Because I looked up and saw that disruptive pistols do actually have a stun setting.
Just nobody uses it.
Yeah.
That's the reaction of everybody. It's like, wait, they have a stun setting?
Huh?
You have to open up this flap with a screwdriver and.
Where's... Shoot, there it is. D8 plus D6. And presumably I don't get the captain's bonus there.
No, because you're not part of his crew.
Yeah. So...
Oh god, what's happening?
Can I use...
Ooh.
I've got some dice. Can I use those?
Yes, so you can spend a plot point to roll your hero dice. You've got
Yeah,
a D8
yeah.
or a D6.
I'll just roll the D6. I presume it just adds.
Yes,
Yes,
as long
it
as you don't roll
does.
a 1. If it rolls 1, you can take it away again.
There you go.
Yep,
All right.
So that's a 10.
that's a 10. I'm going to buy your jinx, though.
Uh-oh.
And so, as you stun Joomla, his final shot goes wide.
Who does it hit anyone, Keep?
It does.
Oh, who does it hit?
It hits Victor.
Oh, does it?
Really? You mean it doesn't hit, say, Helen or something?
Victor.
How strange.
Victory! Well, not really, but well, actually,
credits.
we're all very victory now. But it's like,
no.
let's not go into that.
Roll credits.
It goes into slow mo
Yeah.
with his parting shot.
No,
Slow-mo.
wait. Can I have a suggestion? It goes towards Councillor Reynolds, but Victor dives in front of it as a heroic sacrifice.
Yes.
Yep, I like that. That is exactly
Perfect.
how he would go.
So perfect.
Not that Victor was trying to get away and he just trips and it looks like.
Let's be fair. He got a much better shout than Tasha Yard did. So
Yep.
I'm
So-
trying to remember that episode, and all I'm remembering is disappointment.
yeah,
And yeah,
and racism.
that is. I'm afraid those disruptor rifles were set to kill. There's no recovery rolls. Lieutenant Victor is dead at Councillor Reynolds' feet, having just saved her from a fatal disruptor blast.
Slowly bleeding out on your shoes.
Needed one roll.
Well, them's the breaks. Now he's
Oh yes, them's the breaks when people go out deliberately trying to get a character
He
kill.
was.
I saved his life once today.
He
Yes,
was
you
a.
did.
He was a man.
Over subspace
Thank you.
from the
all the Starfleet officers I've ever known.
USS Musashi, you just
He was
hear-
one of them.
Of all the comrades that I've lost in the line of duty, he was the most recent.
Poor Ensign Lynn.
Just pull one out.
He was the most competent of a lot of you.
So,
Yeah, now we're
Yeah.
in trouble.
Yeah.
Yes,
we're
no,
really
now
in
we're
trouble.
in deep trouble.
Captain Highwater looks quite disturbed at the amount of casualties that you've taken. She
Yeah,
moves quickly
Highwater?
to secure the Romulans you've stunned. She's got some space zip ties with her, so she secures them.
Drops.
Zippity
Oh,
whip
Zoops
bang.
troops.
There's a couple of blankets in this room, and so she uses them to carefully cover Victor and Lynn.
Yes.
Gob looks really shaken.
Yeah.
That's alright, because Lynn looks stirred.
Get out.
Can you give a jinx
Get
for that?
Get out.
I can take away a plot point, but he hasn't got any left.
I suggest
Could
we
you
don't
replace the
spend-
plot point with a mine?
Could give him a complication.
No,
Brown trouser time.
just hand him a mine.
I suggest that we don't have enough time to mourn your dead here right now.
The confidence.
If we move
We have
on.
to get through these force fields, actually.
Yeah,
Is everybody okay going for about another 15 minutes?
I'm okay with that.
Sure.
Yeah.
This was your
I
last
might-
big conflict.
I may have to leave
I was going to
very
do.
shortly, but yeah, I'll try and keep it as long as I can.
Okay.
I will make a note on my on my own pad about Jenkins recklessly ordering someone into combat that wasn't prepared for it.
Someone
He
who
was the
who
leader
had,
of the hazard team.
someone who had previously taken a phase
Horrific chest
blast to
wound.
the chest. Yeah.
I was going to say, if you wanted to give Jenkins a complication, you could probably give her a blood splatter.
Either a blood splatter or a feeling guilty.
No,
He's
because
only
he doesn't have
capable
a
of one of
conscience.
those things.
he has blood.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
I was going to
He
say,
could be blood splattered. He could not have a guilty conscience
Anyway,
over something.
let's
he
go.
felt
All right,
not
yeah, let's
right
go.
about.
let's take
I
a-
don't have time for this.
Move it.
Okay, so there's a force field here.
Okay.
So we've taken
Is it like a generator that surrounds the doorway, or
Yeah,
I
standard
tried-
Federation issue. This one's a
tried
little
one-
weird because it's a doorway interfacing with the Romulan module. but the force field is on the Federation side.
I drag one of their bodies towards it to see if it drops when they get near.
It does not.
All right.
Okay.
Again, what did Joomla have on him?
Joomla had his phaser rifle, some ID chips, the dog tags we mentioned before. He did have a pad with some orders on. It looks like he was instructing and coordinating emergency clear out for the base.
Okay. So
Um,
no access codes then to get into security.
No, he was relying on security being controlled from the tower.
I have a hunch.
uh,
Can
gonna-
Commander Lloyd improve those force fields?
I can try.
Commander Lloyd picks up the force field and throws it in the minefield.
Goes into the minefield. Yeah.
just like bolts, just removes it from the, just like removing the hinges, just removes
like-
the force shield generator because it's on this side.
That's the thing. It swings this way. No, yeah, I will attempt to take it offline.
Yep.
Do I need to roll?
Yes. That will be again. That will be mental and operate. I will give you a D8 bonus because it is Federation technology.
Okay. So mental operate. 10 operate
If
is 8.
Commander Lloyd were to supercharge it, would it be fixing stat?
And so what was it? A D6 because it's Federation
Yes.
tech.
D8.
D8.
Wasn't it D8?
And you get
D8,
the D6 for your hammer as well.
Yeah, that's what I was going to add that as well.
Good for taking things offline.
O space KH2. I think I got it this time. D10, 2D8, and a D6. Let's do it. What the?
Spend a plot point and keep the fire for the. keep
Yeah,
the
I
two.
have one plot point, so I will keep the. I'll spend that and keep the 2.
Also, you did forget to roll any of your distinctions.
Did I?
Yeah,
No.
you rolled the D8. No, he rolled a D8 for the
Oh, yeah.
skill, the D8 for his asset for the Starfleet thing.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
Didn't-
you can roll a
didn't roll any of your
distinction.
distinctions. So if you wanted to make up a distinction that's relevant,
Oh,
and
right.
You
Yeah,
could roll.
no,
I'll
can
think
roll
of
that now.
something.
I was
As a
looking
D8?
to see if there was anything.
specifically
Yeah.
one of your fixing things.
Yeah, during well, I mean, yeah, all right. We'll roll that as well.
Well, you don't have to use the trigger. You could just roll the D8 for I'll think of something.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm getting hung up on. Is,
That's,
See if you
that's
get
pretty broad.
bigger than
Yeah,
a
like
4, and then you're good.
if the thing sounds like it would apply in that situation, then it probably applies in that situation. So just check.
It's
it with
why
me.
I've tried to make them broad enough.
all right. So shall I?
Just roll a
roll a
D8.
D8 now.
Just roll a D8, see what it is.
the 4.
Yeah.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
So that's
Doesn't
the same.
matter.
So
You actually have
So you
3
can-
plot points, so you can spend one of those.
Do I? Sorry, I can't see my sheet right now.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I
but
Guys,
that
you
you
guys are-
before, yeah.
yeah, keep
Yeah.
it 4. Okay.
I'm keeping track. Don't worry.
Sorry.
Yeah, you guys can't move between sheets, which is kind of weird.
Just need to hold off a minute.
Yeah, if you keep us in one zone at a time.
Did I get a plot point for getting Victor killed?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I need to give you one back for that.
Give one back. All right, so we shut down the force field. Force field's down.
Force field is down. I'm not going to buy your jinx there.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll move forward. Let's send Blobwin on point because I think and the ensign is about to have an aneurysm.
Yeah.
The ensign is back with me in the death trap room.
All right, so we go through here. I assume we're going to head to the tower then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as you enter into this junction hallway, to the right, the big room here, that appears to be a massive cargo bay.
Okay.
Who are you calling a massive cargo bay?
And then the tower is to the left.
Yeah, and we want to go
Alright.
for the tower.
We do cool hand sign things that mean go that way.
Yeah, cargo bay, tower. Right. Okay.
The ground floor of the tower is empty. And there's a turbo lift that will take you to the top.
All right, so we go up to the top of the tower.
Yep.
Yeah. But let's
Pile
go.
into the lift. I'm sure nothing can go wrong.
Pile in, everybody. This has never gone wrong for us before.
I wonder if this-
No, this is a much better turbo lift than we're used to.
Yeah,
That's
It
right.
works.
yeah.
The door's open.
Somebody shouldn't take the stairs.
You see, out of the window, 2 freighters taking off simultaneously from the landing pads.
Yeah.
Looks like most of the evacuation is happening.
Hopefully, your
the-
ship's crew is competent enough to take care of those in the.
I guess we'll see.
But can we disable the jamming from here so we could tell them to go and take care of this?
You good? In front of you is Drupal.
Oh, hey.
Hey, I had assumed you would be on one of those ships.
He is carrying
Ooh.
this weapon,
Oh.
Ah.
and he is arguing with this alien,
Okay.
who none of you know which species he is apart from Uno. Uno, you know that he is Riemann.
Hmm.
Oh.
God
Ooh.
damn, Drupal, I didn't even think you would stoop so low.
Drupal turns, realizes you're here, and is just like, "I'll take care of this. Go." The mysterious alien double taps a comm badge and beams away.
Phaser bolts go through where he was standing.
Like,
Just too late. Just too late.
slightly too late.
Drupal turns, he clicks a button on his staff, and the 2 knives at the side extend, so it looks exactly like it is in that picture.
Everybody steps back apart from Bloodwind.
Yeah. Who steps forward?
Trying
And
to
we
get
go
a
to
better
combat. Who would like to go
Bloodwind.
first?
Take him
I-
out.
I think
me then, isn't it?
Bloodwind's our nominated champion. Step forward, Bloodwind.
Yeah.
Bloodwood has someone who wants to engage in melee combat with
Destroyer of
weird-looking
worlds.
weapons.
I mean, I could issue an order first.
You could order her
Yeah,
to do
go
it.
ahead. Let's do that.
Okay.
Yep.
Bloodwind, take him out.
Fuck his
Yo.
shit right up.
Carefully, though.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Mum-
we do need
Mama
to take
said
him in for
knock you
questioning
out.
afterwards. But,
I want him alive. I want him alive.
alive, yes. Uninjured, no.
Is that a deal from?
Yeah, that is a D12.
Yep.
And I spent a plot point, of which I believe I have 1.
Yeah, that was your last one gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
This feels like a climactic battle, though. So.
Yep.
Mostly
Okay.
dead is technically
Do
alive.
roll first?
Yeah, as long as we can stick him in the med bay and heal him enough to ask questions.
So Drupal is a major GMC, so just like Victor, you need to take his complication over a D12. So you need 4 successful hits on him.
Okay.
Unless it's a high stakes roll, in which case it's just 1.
Yeah, this
But
one
it's
is not a high stakes.
Okay.
Actually, no, screw it. We haven't got enough time. It's a high stakes roll. So
Thank you.
if you get a
Appreciate
success, you take him out in 1.
Alright.
Okay.
But
And he is
if
a D8, a
don't
D10,
get a
and a
success,
D6.
no wait, if he gets a success after, you get taken out.
Yeah, but we all get to go before he does because it's Bloodwind's turn.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So we've got many opportunities to screw this up.
Yes, yeah. We may need that.
Like I said,
Setting the stakes at a 17.
This could end badly.
I beat that Sunday.
That's-
I
that
will
was
point
Sunday,
out,
this is
I'm just
now.
going to pop us back over to here.
right.
With that, I've got.
That's good.
Bloodwind has 4 plot
wow.
points and
Yeah.
several big damn heroes.
I think we'll be okay.
Edwin is just gonna murder him.
How do I?
So-
that I said.
So you can roll that captain's confidence. You can roll the D12.
Yeah,
in
it
addition
should
to
have
everything else
been a
you've got.
D12, not a D8 back
Oh,
then.
sorry,
as
yeah,
well, by the
Oh,
way.
yes,
D12.
sorry.
Oh, I thought that was different. because it was
I
D-
misread it. I
Fair
just
enough.
misread it at the time.
The D8
So-
back then was the inspiring thing.
Yeah, that was the same skill.
Same as skill, same ability.
So you've got physical, fight, your specialization,
Your weapon.
your distinction, your weapon, and an extra D12.
For the captain.
And I am going to lend you a D10 in, sorry, a D8 in fight. Because
How?
I'm giving you Sterling. That's a thing you can do.
Okay.
You're allowed to just let. But if you roll a jinx, then we can both get complications.
Yep.
So I'm firing my phaser at his feet to make him move in a way that's disadvantageous to him.
Right, and now how do I roll the dice and plot points come after this roll? I
Plot
think?
points can go after, yeah.
Yeah. What about the hero dice?
They can go after. Just roll what you got and see what you need.
Yeah. If you use the dice, the hero dice to add anything. Nah, it's fine. Fine.
And just you can
Don't
just
worry about it.
spend a point to keep something and get your extraordinary success and just take them out.
All right,
It's
crew.
this is
We're not needed here. Blobwin is now the lead on every mission going forward. We're all going home.
We
Okay.
spend all the plot points, keep all the things, and then just he vaporizes. No, we need him alive. Wait a minute.
Tell me how you bring this man to the point of being murderized without actually killing him.
Without murderizing him.
Well, I run forward, grab his own staff, swing it up, and smash him in the side of the head with.
Ooh, with his own staff.
You sweep the
Yes,
leg, kick
strong.
the ting, and across the head. Yeah.
Let the Wookiee win.
Yeah, and he just goes forward. His
Take off an ear or something.
his head smacks into the console. Conveniently, it hits the off switch for the air defenses, the jamming, everything. Leaves a little stain of green blood as he slumps down onto the floor. And then immediately you hear, Franklin to Captain Nienko. Franklin to Captain Nienko.
Yep. Jess, disable the freighters that you see leaving the system.
They've already gone to warp, sir. We are detecting a Romulan warbird inbound.
So, Liz, do you know anything about this?
I might.
Am I?
Solius,
sure that-
had
I'm
you
sure that-
instructed any Romulans to provide backup?
I had not.
Then you suspect that this is highly likely one of the Romulan warbirds that has been working with Drupal, and not a friendly warbird.
It is unlikely to be, but if I can be patched into the Franklin's comm array.
We
Okay.
need people setting up the teleporter beacons.
That's
Or,
the thing.
hands-off.
I can set
And
up
yes, in the
the
meantime, let's
thing.
set up our triangle.
We still we don't want to leave the Lady Jane behind. So
I'll beam
somebody.
it up.
You could all beam up to the ship. Somebody beams back to the Lady Jane.
That's what I mean. We can route someone. One person can beam out.
Bloodwood can beam back and
We'll beam directly up to the
drive
ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go recover the shuttle then. That's fine.
And we also get a
Beam down a
prisoner.
retrieval crew later, but
Oh, all that.
Well, if we need to leave now because there's a warbird, we don't want to have to.
I don't think I can outroll a warbird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I can be patched through to the warbird, I can try and talk them.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, while you're
we
doing
will
that,
do
we'll
that.
do the other
The
thing.
the Franklin patches you through to the warbird.
And I will basically tell them that this is Sub Commander Solius of the Tal Shiar. We're on an official mission working with the Federation, and they are to stand down.
They do not acknowledge the hail, and they do not stand down.
I will insist again, and I've got a thing somewhere.
That's scary.
Can I use the Romulan agenda?
Yes, you can.
Spend a plot point to reveal that you outrank them or function at a more important level than they do.
Give them a clearance code.
Yeah, I think I've got some authorization codes I'll transmit
Yep.
as part of that to say, no, you will bloody stand down.
Again, they do not acknowledge your hail.
All right, we need to leave now.
Bridge 8 to beam up.
And then
And
so
some
we
of the
set
prisoners.
up the last set of enhancers. So I guess we'll beam out. Bloodwind will be routed to, via the pattern buffer, routed to the shuttle, so you can fly it back up.
Yep.
And I'm coordinating this with the transporter room. Like,
Which
Yep.
means I'll probably arrive and shuttle him
Well,
across.
presumably the Franklin will have its shields up at this point, given that warbird is is hostile.
Yeah, the
Well, it's
Franklin
not
can't beam you,
down.
but the Lady
Ah.
Jane can.
All right, so we can beam to the Lady Jane from here.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, well, back in everyone, back in the shuttle.
And we're bringing along this guy.
Yeah.
We can store him in the overhead compartment where
Yes.
Jenkins was.
Someone also grab Jumla.
Grab June, take Victor, take Lynn.
We'll try and
Yeah,
beam our casualties back as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
for a proper burial and stuff.
I suggest you instruct the Franklin to cover our ascent.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, we'll do all that.
So-
Can somebody roll mental and notice?
Sure.
I can do that. You say everybody, or
Whoever is happened to be looking at the console bank in front of you.
I think that would be Vic. Oh, sorry, that would be not Vic. That'd be Vernon.
Yep.
okay?
He's doing the transport. So D10 and notice, right? Mental notice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does anything apply?
Actually, you might have a relevant ability here. Let me just check.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to.
That's fine.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
this is
me
almost
too.
done.
It's all right. That's fine. I'll catch it up on the VOD.
Yep.
Yep, same.
All good as always. So
Thank you, everyone. Good luck.
All right.
I hope you get your voice.
See
and
ya.
hope you're feeling better soon.
Thank you.
Take care.
See you all.
And thank you for being
Yeah.
an amazing combat machine.
Yeah, good job.
It's a good thing you showed up.
I am the machine.
Thanks, Keeb. See you next time.
Yep.
Bye, everyone.
See you
Later
now.
now. Later, folks.
Right.
Yeah, sorry. This
Yeah,
took a
sorry.
little bit longer because I'm having to
Yeah.
be a little bit slower.
Yes.
Yeah. It's fine.
So you can use. I'll think of something for this.
Yeah.
It's going to give you a possible way out of this.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm trying to creatively, well, it's just creatively work the console to make this happen. So I'll notice something
Yeah.
unusual. So D10, D6, and a D8, and keep.
Yeah.
All right. I gotta beat a 7. All right.
I do hope this isn't a damn hologram.
Yeah, okay.
13.
So you notice two things from this. The first is that the area of distortion that your ship sensors noticed is now gone. The second is you notice a security feed into the hangar bay. And there's a couple of partially disassembled fighter craft in there. The rest of the ships look to have cleared out, but there's two that were clearly under maintenance that they've just left. And sitting rather invitingly on a cart next to it looks like a Romulan cloaking device.
That is very inviting.
Ooh. We can take that with us. Let's put it. Let's grab it. Put it in the transport enhancers.
There's
Beam
a
it.
Talsiar right there, Vernon.
Doesn't shut up. In the interest
That's
of
called
cooperation,
authorization.
Yeah.
I believe this is our jurisdiction. or no.
Or more specifically, this will help us get up there without dying.
Yeah, if we take the cloaking device, install it on the Lady Jane, we can slip by the warbird without being detected.
You're thinking a little too small.
Oh, it's a big cloaking device, is it?
This Romulan cloaking device, although it's being equipped to a fighter, from what little you know about Romulan cloaking devices, you think this would be able to cloak the Franklin?
Ooh, okay. I mean, we can still do the thing I said.
Is that arms treaty just specifically against researching and developing cloaking devices?
Well, it
Yes.
it is because
It's
Just
having.
not finding them.
well, it was in
Normally, special dispensation has been applied for, say, the Defiant.
yeah, and they had a Romulan contingent at least partially while the cloak was there.
The first time.
I'm sure I can provide you with on-the-spot authorization, but it
Yeah.
will only be me that is operating it,
Understood.
and you won't be permitted to scan it. And
I mean, the Federation already has information on cloaking devices.
No, we have no information as far as the Romulans know. Nothing.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure, never mind then.
Yes,
Yeah,
Captain
We would
Highwater
never do
reiterates
that. That would
that.
probably
But
violate
emergency
the-
use of this under supervision of their agent, this is okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll take that with us then.
Yeah. So you take the cloaking device, you recover the corpses of your comrades and your 2 prisoners, and retreat back to the Lady Jane.
We'll transport back to the Lady Jane with the.
Yeah.
Because we shut down the disruption because there was a jamming, so we can calm the Lady Jane and remote activate the transporter.
Yep.
That's the idea. So we do that, and then we get on the Lady Jane. Do we need to? So okay, we can install it on the shuttle to try and get past the Warbird, but I don't know.
You just want to get the shuttle on board because
Well, the Warbird is in system. It has
right.
not yet arrived at the planet.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll just head back to the ship then, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so Vernon has to kind of be pried away from the cloaking device because he wants to examine it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He wants to improve it.
Yeah, he wants to make it better.
you get
And
back
When
to the
solar
Lady
system
Jane with
disappeared.
only a
if
couple
we
of
made
minutes to spare before the Warbird arrives.
Hmm.
With Solis's help, it turns out these things are just plug and play.
Oh, that's
Um,
good.
stuck it up
USB
the wall.
connector.
Yeah. So
Even better, it's
USB
USB-C.
yeah.
Oh, that's good.
So it interfaces relatively easily with the ship's systems. I'm presuming Solius is completely baffled why there's a toaster integrated into your warp core.
No, I've seen how terrible these people are.
Yeah. And yes, so you're able to use the cloaking device to escape the system just as the Romulan Warbird appears.
yeah, I would not give us good chances, especially with Jones not present.
Yeah, I'm not going to make you roll because we're over time. And yes, you escape back out of the neutral zone. Something weird happens with the cloaking device. Almost as soon as you pass the border of the neutral zone into Federation space, the cloaking device overloads.
Ah. Well, alright then.
And
So
it
the cloaking
just
device-
fries itself. It's useless.
And we just come out of cloak. Okay.
Yeah. And
It
you're
turns
able-
it turns off first.
yes.
Yeah. Otherwise, we'd be permanently cloaked, and that's not
Yeah.
good.
And so yeah, so you make it back to Starbase 12. 2 crewmen dead.
Sad.
2 prisoners.
I'm in the brig.
I mean, more than 2 probably.
Well, you grabbed the 2 higher ups. You left the rest.
Yeah. Because we were in a rush.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have time.
Plenty of tricorder evidence about what was inside that base, even though you didn't have time to scan the full storage contents of the cargo bay. And
They probably won't keep using that base.
yeah, that base is probably burned now. And yeah, you know, well, at least the Tau Shiar now know that Trupel is working for the Remans. You just know his mysterious employer is an alien
Funny
species you do not recognize.
That we don't recognize.
The Federation has no knowledge of this species.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, they were a nemesis.
Yeah, but
You were
before
pre-Nemesis.
We're before
Uh-huh.
Nemesis here.
Gotcha.
Yeah. You're post DS9, but pre-Nemesis.
Uh-huh.
That very narrow window.
You post-insurrection?
I believe so, yes, post-insurrection.
That doesn't really affect very much. Only if we go to that planet.
I think by also making you pre-Nemesis, you are pre-Voyager returning as well. So you don't have to worry about Janeway.
Oh, thank God. That's good. We just have to worry about everyone else.
Yeah.
Alright. So we got the stuff and we make our escape.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's where we'll finish. Sorry for going
So-
25 minutes over time, but I wanted to get to that final couple of story beats because you finally met your big bad.
Yeah, right.
His increasingly increasingly more competent series of cat's paws.
Yes.
Is that
This is the first time I played a not special themed mission.
Yeah,
Yes.
is this like a part 1 of 2? Is this a 2-part episode?
No, this is. It was designed to be ideally a self-contained because
Okay, right.
I couldn't guarantee Uno coming back.
Fair enough.
I would love for Uno to come back though, if he would love to keep playing Sub Commander Solius.
Yeah.
There's definitely plenty more opportunities to work him into missions as this plot unravels.
Recurring character status.
Yes.
Guest starring.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Whether or not Sub Commander Solius is correcting the Tao Xia reports will be up to him.
Yes, very much so.
I know Starfleet Intelligence is definitely reevaluating their position on the Franklin and their crew.
Like the it's not like the it is not at all like the records were falsified. It's just they didn't believe them.
Yeah. They were like, nobody can be this
We
incompetent.
filed our reports properly.
Yeah, like that's
not
the one thing we did
They're
right.
like, this man
what's the
fired
goal of the worm
toast
ips
at
them
a
up with,
warbird.
like information on toast.
There's a few of them going like, we should have learned from Kirk. I mean,
Yeah.
like,
We wrote down word for word what happened.
Right.
yeah.
Okay,
They
I
just
am
don't
gonna have to get off.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Yeah.
thank you very much, Uno. I loved having you, and I loved
Yeah.
what you did with Solius. Thank you so much.
Yes.
All right, I will catch people later. Thank you again for the game. See you later.
Later, no.
So yes, Red, that does mean there is now a vacancy for a security officer.
Chief.
Starfleet Intelligence is definitely writing some reports. You will probably be seeing Captain Highwater again.
Yeah, I mean,
Did
why
anyone
would you
explain
waste a
to
good
Nav her
pun?
first name?
Yes. He knows her first name.
Yep.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
And she knows him as Little Willie Jenkins.
From the academy.
I love that, by the way.
I love the idea that also because she's played, like you said, played by Gwendolyn Christie in the. She's like towering over him, saying like,
Yeah.
"Little Willie Jenkins."
Okay, so if the story's done, we cut to credits. After the credits, the post-credits scene, the stinger for this
Doesn't
episode.
wake up.
No, Hats. Trust me, I have another
All
plan.
right, okay.
We open on a garden or a green area, and Councillor Reynolds is wearing black, and you can see tears rolling down her face, and she stands in front of the rest of the crew. Dear friends and crew, we're gathered here to mourn Lieutenant Victor, who in his final moment jumped in front of a disruptor blast to save him. He showed me once again what love is. And as she says that,
Love is a battlefield.
she looks up, and you can just see a deep, burning hatred all of a sudden appear in her eyes. I will not cease, and I will not stop until every single person that was responsible has experienced retribution, retribution in the biblical sense. We will know no
Doesn't
rest
seem very appropriate for a funeral.
until this is done.
Everyone's like, this makes everyone very uncomfortable.
Yes.
Except
Half
for
the
me,
rest of the crowd is amen.
It's like, yeah, okay.
except for me, who has been to a lot of funerals,
It's like,
usually
this
for
happens-
myself. So this is actually novel.
This happens sometimes.
Yeah, we there's often a swearing of vengeance.
Many hands make light work.
And then she leaves, and then everybody else holds the funeral for Lynn as well.
It's like, yeah, we also have other people to bury, but okay. And then I guess we're having this in the holodeck. We haven't literally buried them in the holodeck. That's a
No,
bad
no,
idea, but
Yes, we would be on the holodeck.
all right.
That would give us the right setting.
Atmosphere.
Yeah,
Is this where we
traditionally
assume that
they would be
Jenkins
buried
has
in
actually
space.
missed Victor's funeral because he was attending sensitivity training?
I think that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah, he's actually doing the sensitivity training now.
To get out of the funeral.
So yes, the last thing to do is to name the episode.
And we've got. I mean, there's a suggestion in the chat, in the Roll20 chat, of from Kem.
Yes, the spoils of
Spoils of Victory
victory.
is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean that seems good to me.
Yep.
Spoils of victory.
Excellent.
So I'll put that in the thing.
Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. The next one of these will probably be a month's time. We have Firefly next weekend. And don't forget to join us in reading along with our book club. We are reading Court of the Air by Stephen Hunt for the 4th of Feb. So, do feel like you can come read along with that. And probably a good idea to get a head start on it because it's quite a thick volume.
I have fond memories of that book.
Yep. So yes, thank you all for joining us. I'm now going to go and rest my voice.
Good. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you for coming and
thank
thank
you-
you for putting
thank
up with
you,
us.
for putting
Bring yourself through
yeah.
through this.
And
Yeah,
looking forward to
thank you all
next
very
time.
much.
Farewell.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.